What's up everyone, how are you all? Today we are back with another blazing Naruto story. What if Naruto x Esdeath pregnant? If you enjoy then please like, share and do comments. From the viewpoint of the central region of the empire, a huge city takes place surrounded by a wall possibly taller than Konohagakure. The center of the city, a huge white and emerald green palace with cathedral-like design of it, it's known as the Imperial Palace. The empire is experiencing minor seismic activity, and darker days with the moon showing blood red in color that lasted for 2 straight days. During those 2 days period there are minor sighting of a bright explosion thousands of miles away. 2 soldiers are seen casually talking to each other at a bar. These past 2 days has been strange, isn't it? What do you think happened? The first one asked while the other one answered. I don't know, but some time ago I overheard General Budo and the Prime Minister is talking about the possibility of a mythical ancient danger beast that may have caused these earthquake here at the Empire. An ancient danger beast? Isn't that just a myth? The first questioned while taking a shot of alcohol. Well, it is. If such thing exists, the earthquake we're experiencing right now would not be over. His comrade took a shot of alcohol as the man continued. It is said that the ancient danger beast is larger than a few mountain combined, and has the power to destroy the entire world. That's scary. How would you think the Empire will deal with a creature like that? The first questioned. It was scary enough to face a ultra-class danger beast which only their general is known to hunt them and went toe-to-toe with the said beast. But dealing with a creature thousand-fold stronger than the ultra-class danger beast is truly terrifying to face. They rather face the sadistic Ice Queen rather than the abomination of a creature. I don't know, I don't think we can, he answered as his voice showed fear. But we're glad that everything is normal now. Both were glad everything is back to normal. The earthquake has stopped, the moon returned to normal, and no signs of weird bright explosion that can reach and spread into the mesosphere thousands of miles away. Both were now done drinking as their conversation finished and the 2 soldiers is seen exiting the bar. Suddenly they saw another bright explosion light that spread in the sky from afar again, but this time it was dark purple-ish light of sort and color. What was that? They said in union while gazing at the direction of it. I think we should stop drinking, the other one said to his comrade, which agreed. They hoped they're just drunk enough, then they kept seeing things. Location: Elemental Nation. Few minutes before the soldiers saw another exocean. 10 of thousands of miles away from the Empire. A battlefield was seen with 2 huge statues doing a piece of reconciliation sign. This place is known as the Valley of End, between the borders of Land of Fire and Land of Sound. Everything is destroyed as the sun and moon battles. 30 kilometers above the statues, at the stratosphere, are 2 levitating shinobis. Both are on their most powerful form. This is the reincarnation of Indra and Ashura, the moon and the sun. One is inside of a purple gigantic humanoid avatar made out of the user's chakra with Tengu-like appearance that is clad in robes and ornate armor with wings on its back. This is Sasuke's complete body Susanoo. The other one is a full-size replica of Kurama, the Kyuubi, technically half, in which the user is inside of a gigantic fox avatar with 9 tails. It's made out of golden energy chakra cloak with black Magatama markings and linings on its arms and tails. This is Naruto's tailed beast mode, or known as Kurama mode. Naruto saw Sasuke draw more power into his Susanoo by channeling from the Chibaku Tensei, in which Sasuke sealed the all 8 Biju and half Kurama earlier in it, which enhance his Susanoo. It changes its appearance to a more exposed humanoid avatar with lightning sparking wildly on its body. It is known as Sasuke's Indra Susanoo. On the other hand, Naruto does the same by making 2 shadow clones. Both are on tailed beast mode, which merge into the original, creating a 3-faced, 6-armed Kurama avatar that resembles Ashura's Kunotsukami, or he dubbed as Ashura mode. Sasuke then created a longbow and an arrow that are infused with lightning chakra and tailed beast power, preparing to attack. Naruto then creates 6 paths Rasen Shuriken on his right arms, and on his left arms he creates a Biju Dama Rasen Shuriken. Both are infused with natural energy. Both shinobis then charged their respective jutsus, shouting, Indora no Ya, Indra's arrow, Rikudo, Choodamarsensuriken. 6 paths. Ultra Big Ball Rasen Shuriken. Both fired their respective attacks, which clashes, causing a titanic heated explosion in the stratosphere until it died down as a black hole rift was created momentarily by the attack that sucked in the explosion along with its surrounding until it disappeared completely. The explosion was powerful enough to reach the battlefield of the Fourth Great War as two shinobis there braced from impact. As they fall, Naruto throws a single three-pronged kunai at Sasuke, which his dad gave him before he departed to the land of Pure at the end of the war. Sasuke saw what the blonde is planning and used Shinra Tensei to deflect the special kunai. Using the 5-second gap, Naruto then spawned a clone and threw him at Sasuke, attempting on a right hook which the raven-haired blocked with his arm and countered with his other free hand. Both is seen engaging in an hand-to-hand combat while falling. Neither of them can land a successful attack as Naruto uses speed and brute strength to attack while using his enhanced senses to block and counter. Sasuke on the other hand is better at hand-to-hand and uses his skill to attack while using his Rinnersharingan's precognition to block and counter. Seeing as they're nearing to hit the lake at the Valley of End, Naruto's body flickered in a flash above Sasuke and delivered an axe kick in which Sasuke blocked using his arms in an X manner. Blocking it let him fall faster as the kinetic energy transferred to him. He realized that Naruto is planning on using him as an cushion to lessen the fall damage. He then activated his Rinnegan to switch place with Naruto above using Iminate Hikara. I see you saw right through me, Teme. Naruto then threw a Hiraishin kunai and flashed behind Sasuke and bear hugged him. Naruto then mimicked the hidden lotus and spin around, increasing its speed and force. A huge splash takes place in the lake as both warriors is nearing the bottom of it. Naruto and Sasuke are weakened as both are exhausted, not to mention the impact they made from the move the blonde made. The sun and the moon are both drowning. Sasuke saw both of them are drowning towards the bottom filled with yellowish ball that glowed. Sasuke don't know what it does and used his last energy to summon a portal. Naruto saw this and tried to grab his rival but only to be kicked towards the pit of orbs. The last thing the blonde saw before he was engulfed by the orb is the raven-haired escaping into another dimension. Location: unknown. A young blonde boy wearing the green goggles in his forehead with his age no older than 8 is running away from his home. He's currently outside the village walls being hunted like a wild animal. The blonde boy is covered with blood and bruises, his own blood from the beatings and stabs he got a while back from the angry mob. Right now he is running away, far away from those people. He didn't know where he is or how long he's running, but he's hundreds of miles away from its walls. He's tired from running, a little chakra left that he could gather to his feet. It didn't matter as his will let him push his legs more just to get away. Why does everyone hate me? It's always like this. The same day every year. What did I even do? What did I ever did to them? Villagers, parents, teachers. They're always the same. The boy cried with his tears mixed with his blood. The boy halted as he reached a dead end, a huge cliff with large lake at the bottom with 2 huge statues with waterfalls reaching the lake can be seen in between. 3 figures appeared behind the boy. One has a dark brown hair with green-red markings cat-like mask, the other have a long purple hair with red strip cat mask, and on the middle have a silver hair wearing a dog mask. No, stay away, I don't want to go back. He knew they meant him no harm, but he also knew they're here to bring him back. Not wanting to return, he left no choice but to dive in. He hesitated for a moment, but he'd rather be dead than return to his village, and so the blonde jumped into the lake. Tenzo, Neko, stay here, I'll go after him. Prepare medical aid, he'll need it when we get back. Gah! Shouted the boy as he re-emerged from the lake. He noticed that the environment is different, the weather seemed more colder. He noticed the statues are gone with less forest and the ground is half covered with snow. He didn't mind if he ended up somewhere as long as he get away from those people. The boy continued to walk. He's finding a place to warm up like a cave or something as he only wore his bloody white shirt with a spiral symbol on the center. The temperature is colder than from where he came from and he don't have something to warm him up. The boy saw smoke from afar rising into the sky, and he knew there's fire. Knowing there's something burning, he run towards the source of it. Nay, miss, are you alright? The boy questioned the girl with concern. He saw that the girl has long light blue hair with a dark headband. She wore matching blue dress. Her age is no older than 13 and over her lap is a man with matching hair as the girl. The girl looked at him and he saw confusion, sadness, and anger in her eyes. Who are you? You're not part of the clan. Are you one of them? The girl said as she held her weapon. She analyzed him if he was a threat but only saw a survivor in him. I ran away and saw a smoke and hoping to find a shelter here, the boy explained. Nay, miss, what do you mean if I'm one of them? I was out for a hunt, and when I returned here I saw my clan was under attack by a foreign tribe. I was too late and everyone died including my father. Oh, I'm sorry for what happened to your clan. To your father? He looked at her with sad eyes. He knew what it was like to lose something despite being alone. It reminded him of one of his classmates, the loneliness of being alone. No need for apologies. The strong live and the weak die, and my father is weaker, that's why he died, she said. This shocked the boy as to what she said. She took and accepted everything lightly. You're quite interesting, are you, kid? I like your resolve, but you'll never reach that state and die before that, the girl said as the boy retorted with confidence. I'll prove it to you. I'll get strong, maybe stronger than you. It seems like we missed 2 survivors. A few men has arrived. Looks like we have a feast here, boys. Look at that fresh meat, haha. Don't worry, girl, after we use you we're giving you a quick death. They started to let out a chuckle at the thought. Hey, don't get me wrong, you're the ones who's at my mercy here. The girl let out a sadistic chuckle. The girl stood up and smiled at him. Don't worry, kid, they're just a weakling. Stay here and let me handle them. Her smile changed from sweet to sadistic as she faced the enemy. She then charged at them. Oni-chan! Shouted the boy as he rushed towards her. He saw her being incapacitated. I won't back down, I'll protect her. The boy once again stand up and took his kunai out and charged but was kicked again. Leave him alone, before I kill you. Threatened the girl. This gave out laughter from the men. Ha ha ha, what can you even do at your state? You know what, I'll have that fresh meat now and let the brat watch you. The men then hold her while another prepared to strip her as she struggled. No, don't you dare touch her. The boy let out a demonic shout and let out a massive killing intent. All men saw the boy being covered with red cloak that leaks out malicious energy. The boy overpowered men holding him and attacked them. But don't worry, Oni-chan, I may be weak right now and there are people stronger than me, but I promise you that I'll get stronger, Ibeo. I'm weak right now, then I'll just get stronger so I can protect you. Who are you and what do you want with him? Talk before I'll kill you. She threatened the man who held the unconscious boy over his shoulders. The man only gave him a dull look. This doesn't concern you. I'm just taking him back to where he belonged. Hearing this, the girl then attacked him, but the masked man countered her attack, then side-swept her until she fell. You're too slow and weak. Now sleep. This was the last thing she heard before she felt something hit her neck. When the girl woke up, she then looked around, but the boy was gone, taken by the man with a dog mask. I never got his name, even she knew little or nothing about the boy she met. She liked the boy from the little moments they have spent. Don't worry, I'll get stronger until I'm the strongest around, till the weak shall fear me. And when I'm the strongest, I'll find you and you shall be beside me. Nothing will be on our way, she told herself as she set out on a journey on a path of power. Gah! A blond, spiky-haired boy with blue eyes and whisker marks on his cheeks shouted as he emerged from the lake. He was finally able to breathe properly. The boy was wearing a tattered matching orange tracksuit with some black color on his jacket that reaches his sleeves and zipper up to the hemline. He is Naruto. He was drifted in a blurry memory he somewhat can't recall properly. What a weird dream. I can't even remember what I dreamed about. He has forgotten as the memory is back within deep his consciousness. As he made way towards the shore, he laid down as his body hurts from chakra exhaustion from battle. Naruto then slowly picked himself up but noticed Sasuke is not with him until he remembered his best friend and rival escaped. Where am I? He said as he also noticed the unfamiliar surrounding, but it feels like he's been here before. He observed the area. He noticed the ground and forest is covered by a portion of snow as the grassy field and forest is still visible that kind of remind him of Konoha during Christmas season. Expect the mountains from afar north is literally covered with snow that remind him of the land of snow or the land of iron. Something tells me this is not the elemental nation, he said to himself as Naruto went to his mindscape. Kurama, where do you think we are? He asked his tenant. A giant red fox with the upper structure of a human with and tails swinging at his back appeared. This is Kurama, or half Kurama. I don't know, brat. You're the one who got us into this mess, the fox scolded, which Naruto spoke. So you don't know then? The fox was quietly thinking before he gave his container an answer. I could still feel the god tree in my other half, so we're not stuck in another dimension. However, we're at the other side of the planet. What do ya mean at the other side? The blonde exaggerated, but at least they weren't in another dimension, which is good. The last thing I remembered from your fight is both of you were drowning and the Uchiha brat escaped. I could sense the portal he entered is on another dimension before he left, so it might take him a while to get back here, Kurama assumed based on his own observation, but wasn't entirely sure. So do you know how we ended up here? Asked Naruto as the tailed beast answered. I could not remember how we got here. What you see is what I see. So I got nothing, could be a space-time jutsu of sorts. Alright, then let's just stay here for a while until we're fully recovered, and then I could just hear Ishinis back to the elemental nation. Naruto was confident he could do so, he was giving of that cheeky smile. Plus, we need to get back there before Sasuke can do anything stupid again. I still haven't stopped him yet. Damn, I wished I didn't held back from the start, he said, but was opposed by the fox. Don't think it's that easy, kid. We're about several thousand miles away from our continent, and your mastery of Hiraishin could not teleport to that extent, said Kurama as he prepares to sleep. Naruto could use it but haven't mastered it. What? Naruto was dumbfounded, but the fox was right. If he used the jutsu he will strain his body, and using SPSM speed wasn't an option either, as he needed to conserve chakra as much as possible, as Sasuke can appear anytime or anywhere. Don't worry about it for now, kid. Besides, I think that Uchiha is the one who's gonna go after you, as you're still a threat to him, and it will take a while before he could return. There's nothing for you to do if you wait back at our continent. Plus, this is a suitable place for you to rest, as you could interact with the civilization around here, as the god tree failed to reach this side right after you sealed Kagaya, Kurama said as he now went to sleep while wrapping his 9 tails around him. As Naruto went back to the real world, he continued to wander around finding a place to recover and stay. As much as he want to return back, his tenant is right, as Sasuke will take a while to get back, maybe a week or 2 and possibly months. Naruto was then approached by 2 civilians in a carriage. Hey young man, are you okay? You seemed battered up. What happened? A petite lady with a below average height of woman approached him. She has long blonde hair tied into a ponytail with blue eyes like him. Anyo, I got lost in the way of life and ended up here, he said, using his sensei's reasoning as not knowing what to say. Naruto can't just tell them he's from the other side of the world where everyone is still trapped. Nonetheless, the other blonde accepted his answer. Adolf, I think we should help him, the lady told Adolf. Adolf is man at his 40s with black hair, dark eyes, and a mustache that will remind you of a certain Führer. What? But he might be one of those imperial soldiers, the man said, being cautious about the lad, which the lady retorted. Oh, don't be silly, dear. He doesn't look like one. Adolf let out a sigh. He knew nothing can change his wife's mind, and so he helped Naruto up into their carriage. Thank you, Naruto simply said to the both of them. What is your name, young man? The lady questioned. She took out a first aid kit that Naruto needed. Naruto Uzumaki, the Jinchuriki answered, which the lady smiled at him while she applied ointment at his body. My name is Tanya von Jitler, and this is my husband, Adolf Jitler, she said, pointing at her husband, and now wrapping him up with bandage. Thank you, Tanya-san, Adolf-san. Naruto thanked the couple with respect. Usually he doesn't show respect to people he doesn't know, but they gained his respect after helping him. Tanya just smiled at him while Adolf didn't comment as he was focused on the road. Wow, Tanya-san, my body no longer aches, Naruto said with a brightened smile as he moved his arm in a circular motion. It wasn't much as he could heal from fatal injuries, but the ointment helped. The ointment kinda reminds him of the item given to him by a certain dandier years ago, which he used after his battle. Tanya took that as a compliment and told him, I'm just doing what I can to help. Besides, you seems like a good lad. Naruto notices a few crates inside the carriage, and out of his curiosity the blonde spoke up. What are those crates for? Naruto said while pointing out at it. Those are supplies we got from the main city, since our supply from our town is on shortage. It has been an hour or 2 have passed after he received medication. Naruto took a short nap during those hours to regain some energy, since he was at war for 2 or 3 days straight without food and sleep. He was then awake in a moment after. A rustling can be heard in a forest. Danger beast. Adolf suddenly shouted as a large lion-like creature with large horn appeared. Quick, get out of here. Now, Adolf warned them as they all saw the creature heading towards them preparing to attack. The couple was on panic as Adolf took out a gun and shot it but was useless as it were mere no match for it. The now awakened Naruto jumped out of the carriage just in time before it hit them. He tanked the beast head on while holding the beast horns with his hands, infusing more chakra to his feet and hands keeping the beast at bay. I don't know what the hell you are, but don't you dare hurt them. Naruto shouted, infusing natural energy into his body. Ignoring the strain on his body, he gathered enough strength and threw the beast away. Naruto then formed a blue energy-like ball made out of chakra at his palm and charged at the beast. Naruto then jumped up over the beast head and shouted, Rasengan, as the ball of chakra hit the head of the beast, blowing its head away. As Naruto went back to the carriage, he checked the married couple if they were all right. Are you guys okay? The blonde saw both was fine, and there was no damage to the carriage or the supply, but using chakra while still haven't recovered put more strain in his body. Naruto then sitting down on the carriage while Adolf checked if there is any damage done. Naruto, how did you do that? Tanya was amazed and thankful at the same time for what the ninja did. Nay, did what? Asked Naruto. You just defeated a danger beast without equipment and blew up its head, and there's only one person we know who could do that, said the lady, still amused. Naruto didn't know what equipment they're talking about as he didn't use any ninja tools or something. Oh, nothing I guess, Naruto while scratching the back of his head not knowing what to answer. Say, what's a danger beast? The blonde asked out of curiosity. Naruto's question was answered by Adolf. They are monsters that are extremely hostile and dangerous that can terrorize a village. The Partas clan was a clan full of fearsome warriors that hunt down danger beast for a living, but sadly around 9 years ago, one of the tribes here at the northern region wiped their tribe out, which increases the danger beast on this region. Naruto listened to the man's explanation. The danger beast was similar to the creatures that lives inside of the forest of death inside the walls of Konoha because he could sense some chakra at the beast similar to it. Maybe a bit stronger before he killed it a while ago. Say kid, you're not from this continent, are you? Asked Adolf at the blonde, which Naruto then said to him. What makes you say that, Adolf-san? Adolf just smiled at him. During my time at the military at the capital, there's no one with abilities like yours destroy a beast without holding a powerful weapon called Tigu. You also said you got lost. Now tell me kid, where are you from? We only know one person who could perform similar tricks and he wasn't from around here, asked and said Adolf again. Naruto thinks for a moment. It seems like there's no need from hiding it. Well, I came from the other side of the planet, another continent called Elemental Nation. He then revealed and asked the couple as something piqued his interest. Say, what do you mean there's someone with similar abilities as me? Almost a decade ago we met a man, and he was able to convince us to left the military to set up a network of information for him. The man was powerful, he could give the strongest general a run of her money if she were to fight him now. Adolf chuckled at the memory of the powerful individual and continued again. He have shown similar power of yours like that blue energy thing you used earlier. He said he was from another continent and he said he is a shinobi if I remember it right. Wait, Ero Sennin was here? Naruto was shocked. His late sensei is the only one who could set up a spy network and was always traveling, and also one of the people who could use the Rasengan. Adolf looked at the blonde boy with confusion at the name. Ero Sennin? He raised an eyebrow while Tanya was also interested as the name was quite funny. Yeah, big man with white hair, have red markings running down from his eyes and a wart on his nose. He's also a big pervert, said Naruto while moving his hands in a gesture that mimicked his description of his sensei. Yes, his name is Jiraiya if I remember correctly, but we haven't heard news from him for 4 years now. Though the name, Ero Sennin fits him, chuckled Tanya. The pervert was always peeking at the woman's ward at the capital. So, how are you related to the man? Questioned Adolf as Naruto answered him. Well, he was my mentor and my godfather. He's like a father figure to me even though he is a super pervert. Did something happen to him? Tanya asked in concern as she saw Naruto answered with a hint of sadness from his eyes. Yeah, he said lowly. He died several months ago from his battle against his old student. There was a long silence as it was a sensible topic. "Oh dear, my condolences. It's hard to believe someone as powerful as him died in battle." Tanya gave him a sympathetic look. "It's okay, Tanya-san. Arrow Sennin death wasn't in vain. I defeated my senior and was able to change him before he sacrificed himself to save our village. He may be dead, but my memory of him will always be right here." Naruto pointed right at his chest, specifically his heart. "I'm very sure he would be proud of you." Naruto beamed at Tanya's word. He was pretty sure Arrow Sennin would be proud as his idea of peace in Elemental Nation was achieved as all major countries formed an alliance to fight a single enemy. He knew he would be proud of his growth and achievement also. "I never thought the man would have a student. He never said much aside from being from another continent and being a ninja. And I thought he was joking that time until I saw his abilities without the aid of a gear." Adolf commented at the memory of the man explaining his origin years ago. "Yeah, from where we're from, our soldiers are called shinobi or ninja specifically, an assassin who can use elemental attacks using what we call chakra, like what you saw earlier, but it's made out of pure chakra. Right now, from where I'm from, a fourth shinobi war just ended, and while I was fighting my friend and I somehow accidentally end up here. Hence the reason I'm injured," explained Naruto while scratching his cheeks. Adolf let out a slight chuckle. "Hey, imagine if the Empire heard of these. Those greedy bastards will do anything in its power to get an assassin like you," he said as Naruto don't know what the man was talking about but ignored it as he went to take a rest. He napped for only 2 hours and awake to fight some pathetic creature that a freshly graduated genin can kill. Naruto wake up. Tanya is waking her fellow blonde up, but was still asleep. "Naruto, we're here," she said as she tried again by shaking him lightly. Naruto slowly opened his eyes as he let out a loud yawn. "Aw man, that was a good nap." He made a few stretches as he looked around. "Huh, are we here already?" he asked the obvious as he looked around noticing they were at a small town. Naruto noticed that the town was different from where he's from. It's a small town, a smaller town from where he came from as there's only a dozen or 2 houses. The blonde observes the town, the building, houses around are simple. The architecture was different, he could tell as the building was made from stone and wood, the streets are paved also, it kind of remind him of a European-style houses that he read on in adventure books, even though he doesn't know what European is. The town is somewhat surrounded by icy mountains and forest, meaning the small town is located somewhere in the northern region. "Thanks for the ride, Tanya-san, Adolf-san." He thanked them for the ride and help as he prepares to leave. "Oh, where are you going, Naruto?" asked Tanya, which Naruto replied, "Guess I need to find a place to stay for a while." "You could stay with us," offered Adolf to the blonde. "You guys already helped me enough, so it's fine." "It's okay, Naruto, if it wasn't for you earlier, we wouldn't make it here alive. Besides, where will you find a place to stay?" Tanya said thankfully to the other blonde. Naruto did save them and he knew he would find a place to stay, especially he didn't have money, plus he could trust them if his late sensei trusted them as an informant. "Really? Thanks. That means a lot, Datbayo." Naruto smiled. The couple was also happy they could help the blonde. He helped them carry their stuff inside their home. It was a normal 2-story house. As the Naruto entered, he saw the place was spacious enough with a small fireplace near the dining area, and at the left is the kitchen. On the right seemed to be the study area with few bookshelves and a rocking chair. Besides the study area is a staircase that leads to the second floor is 2 bedrooms with a bathroom in between. "You could stay and rest at the guest bedroom, which is on the right side," said Tanya as she goes into the kitchen. "It's already near nighttime, so I'll call you when dinner is ready." "Okay," she continued. "Thanks, Tanya-san, this is quite a lovely home you guys got here," he said as he went up. Meanwhile, Adolf is still fixing and organizing the supplies they brought in a shed behind their house. Our hero entered the guest room. It was nice and simple, he could tell, with a bed near the windows and a cabinet. Naruto lied down, currently staring at the ceiling. A lot of things happened today, he thought as he recalled the events that happened during the past few days. Naruto has been thinking the things he had accomplished for the past 3 days. He saw that he grew stronger just in the span of 2 or 3 days, like from accessing KCM1, Kurama Chakra mode, befriending the beast inside of him, and to awakening SPSM, 6th Path Sage mode. He was then gazed out of his thought. "Naruto, dinner is ready." He heard a voice, it's Tanya-san calling out for him. Naruto then went down as he saw the meal is already prepared, and so he sat down. It was a simple dinner, not much of a grand, but he did enjoy Tanya's cooking. "This is delicious, Tanya-san," Naruto complimented as he took a bite of a meat. "I'm glad you like my cooking," said Tanya as the three of them continued to eat while the couple told him the adventure of his late sensei at the unfamiliar continent. He learned that they're the only contacts his sensei have on this land, and his late sensei failed to expand his spy network in other region as he only stayed here for a year or less. "Say Naruto, what are your plans here? Have you thought about it?" Adolf started a conversation with the Jinchuriki while they're eating. Nothing much," Naruto said as he scratched his cheeks. "Maybe I'll stay here for a while, and for the meantime maybe earn some money that would help me here," he replied. The blonde needs to set his journey on information gathering about this land because from what he heard there's also a war here, and of course money is an essential need if he would do so. "You know, with that skills of yours, you could hunt danger beast for reward money. The higher the class the danger beast, the higher the reward money is," suggested Adolf, which Naruto gave a quick nod. "There's a city up north, it's the main city here in the northern country where they take mercenary request from eliminating high to ultra class danger beast. I could set up a contact for you with the prince there," he heard the man as he take note of the offer. Location: unknown dimension. A lone young man with a raven-colored hair and a style that will remind you of a duck's butt with matching dark-colored right eye. And on his left eye is a purple eye with circular rings with tomos that will remind you of onions that is cut in half. This is Sasuke. He is wearing a gray-colored short-sleeve shirt that is one button unopened showing a port of his chest. On his bottom are dark blue shinobi pants with a blue cloth that wraps around his waist which he secures with a purple rope belt on which he hangs his kusanagi. Sasuke is standing on a world of unknown, gazing on the unfamiliar surrounding that he, along with his rival, teleported to a different place. Right now his mind is focused on getting back to his dimension to finish the fight, but knows he need to rest as he cannot use his Rinnegan to its full capabilities as he is low on energy. Tisk. He let out an annoyed sigh as he was clenching his left fist. With that he set his own journey back. It has been 3 days already after our blonde hero arrived at the foreign continent. For the past 3 days Naruto used most of his time to regain his reserves, meditating by using nature energy to recover at a faster rate. He spent more than half of his day meditating in a forest near the town with only interacting with nature itself, and during lunch Tanya brought him lunch which she only placed in front of him knowing he doesn't want to be disturbed. Right now Naruto is seen meditating, not even moving an inch. While in sage mode, he feels the nature draws into him becoming one with Mother Earth itself making him sense everything around him, the trees, the birds, the peaceful town and its people, and everything in a range of 100 kilometers. He remembered on the first day of his recovery and meditation, Naruto tried to locate his best friend and rival, Sasuke, while also sensing the condition on the other side of the planet. Flashback. Naruto, where are you going? You're still injured and haven't recovered yet, asked Tanya in concern. She saw the other blonde is going outside already after they just ate breakfast. I'm going outside to meditate somewhere near the town. It helps me recover my energy faster. And don't worry, my injuries are all healed up last night. I'm a fast healer after all, said Naruto while giving Tanya a confirming smile and a thumbs up. Naruto just hear her say, "Alright, take care, okay? Don't worry Tanya-ba-san. I'll also be back before evening." With that Naruto left while Tanya got an annoyed look by being called old. Last night after the couple get to know the blonde more, they told him to drop the formalities as it doesn't suit him and so Naruto just called them Ba-san and Ji-san though Adolf doesn't mind it. Tanya got annoyed by it but didn't mind it truthfully. Naruto is seen walking through town. He noticed how peaceful it is despite hearing stories of the conflict between lands here. Maybe because it's just a small town. From where he is from, the conflict between nations is mostly between the 5 great countries while the smaller countries are not involved. Some small countries are allied but the independent villages are not usually involved. Naruto was gazed out while reminiscing about his own land after he found the perfect spot to meditate. A small forest just hundreds of meters away from town. Naruto sat down under a tree in a meditative position. He closed his eyes for a minute until he gained an orange pigmentation around his eyes signifying he just entered sage mode. It's been half a day already in meditation and his reserve is at 10% already, and knowing he have enough power, He then entered the highest tier of Sage mode. He opened his eyes as the orange pigmentation disappear. His golden toad eyes is now replaced with a golden eyes with its pupils become cross-like. Using 6th Path Chakra, Naruto now entered 6th Path Sage mode. A divine transformation inherited from Hagoromo Otsutsuki, which he usually stacks SPSM with a chakra cloak or KCM, Kurama Chakra mode, to further increase the 6 paths parameters. As the descendant of the Otsutsuki and the reincarnation of Asura, he was able to inherit the body of God, while his rival Sasuke, the Indra, inherit the eyes of God. Those who use 6th Path Chakra enhances the user's power to an immeasurable level, while it also allows them to use newfound techniques. Alright, where are you, Sasuke? He said to himself as he's trying to locate his rival. In this state, Naruto is able to sense beings and threats in a dimensional level. It's been an hour of sensing the whereabouts of his friend rival, so he can calculate how far and long will Sasuke arrive back at this dimension. But it seems he can't pinpoint where the raven-haired is, as there are infinite dimensions and worlds existing out there. It seems I can't find Sasuke's energy. Let's see the condition of the elemental nation then. Naruto focuses his senses on the other side of the planet. He saw the other members of Team 7, the only survivors that are not entrapped. One is a man in his early 30s at the age of 31. His name is Kakashi Uchiha, Hitaki, the team leader of Team 7. Kakashi has silver gravity-defying hair, dark eyes with his left has a vertical scar, and a mask that covers his nose to his neck. He wore a standard Konoha military Junin uniform. The other one is the only female of the team, their combat medic and support, a teen named Sakura. She has a short bubblegum pink hair with her red forehead protector acting as a headband. She has emerald eyes, and the notable feature is her diamond marking in her forehead, which she recently unlocked. Sakura wore the standard Konoha military uniform during the war. He locates both of his teammates on the Valley of End. His sensing are capable on seeing from afar, like how he saw the war after he got out of the Waterfall of Truth in Turtle Island, and that form was in KCMI. He saw both of them there. Kakashi is investigating on what happened to them, with him knowing he and Sasuke fought there, as the known location where Hashirama and Madara once fought is a total wasteland, an indication of their battle. Sakura was also seen there. He could see the Pinkheat helping the 3rd Division commander in searching for them in case of one or both of them suffers a fatal injury that can't be helped through regeneration due to chakra exhaustion, in case that it's not like they'll lose their arm or something and in a state of exhaustion that made them unable to regenerate, right? But anyway, it's nearly an hour of observing and he saw both of them stop the search as it's already nighttime there. Well, he remembered he's on a different time zone, so that explains it. Anyway, Kakashi is seen ordering something to Sakura which he could not tell as he could only see and sense, and it didn't include the hear part as that would be broke. Sakura then prepares to camp nearby, indicating it's what Kakashi instructed. Knowing they'll set in for the day and rest, Naruto then prepares to cancel his sensing. Before he stopped sensing, he saw Kakashi gazed and narrows his eyes at the lake, like trying to find something there. After the blonde ended his sensing at the elemental nation, he then cancelled his usage of 6th path along with SPSM as his eyes returned to normal. Well, I just hope you guys all are right there. He know both of them can survive. He then leaves the forest, ending the day. Flashback end. Naruto gazed out after remembering the events that happened days ago. He noticed the sky is darker, the sun is already set out, an indication it's evening already. He then stopped meditating as the pigmentation vanished, ending his sage mode, then leaves the forest. As Naruto entered the house returning back, he was greeted by the sight of Tanya. "Naruto, you're back already, just in time for dinner," said Tanya as Naruto replied and walked toward the dining area. "Wow, that smells good, Tanya-ba-san." He could already smell the aroma of the freshly cooked meal from the kitchen as his stomach growled. Tanya chuckled hearing the other blonde's stomach growls like a beast. "Sit down, I'll get the dinner, I made beef stew." As Naruto sat down at the dining, across him he saw Adolf reading a newspaper. The older man noticed his arrival but did not take his eyes off the paper. "So Naruto, how are you lately? I'm guessing you're recovered already?" questioned the man. "Yep, I already recovered 2 days ago. Though I only recovered half my power now, but it's enough for me to fight." Hearing the blonde, Adolf just smiled and said, "Well boy, that's good to hear. I already got a message from my connections and they will be expecting you by tomorrow. He remembered Adolf set him up a meeting to a prince at the northern country, just across the border so he could earn some currency with his skills as a shinobi. Thank you so much Ji-san, Naruto gave the man a cheeky smile. Tanya then arrived with their dinner as she placed the stew at the table. What are you boys talking about? Oh, it's nothing dear. Naruto will be meeting the prince tomorrow, Adolf replied to his wife. Ah, Prince Numa, the son of the late King Karabaseka, remembered Tanya as she distributes the stew on the men's bowl while it's still hot. As they prepared to eat their dinner, Naruto starts a conversation. Who's this Prince Numa and what's he like? Questioned Naruto out of curiosity. Prince Numa Seika is the prince of the northern tribe of the northern country. He's known as the hero of the north, the strongest there. He has great leadership skill and a combatant, very charismatic young man that is loved by his people, Adolf said as Naruto listened. The prince reminds him of a Kage, the nation's military leader and the strongest fighter, one that is also respected and loved by its people. It also reminds him of his dream, to be the Hokage of his home, the strongest and the most respected. Ever since Naruto was a kid he was always screaming, Hokage Datbeo, while always looking up and admiring the statue of the Yondaime Hokage, his idol and his father. Only few believed him when he was a kid, and was always shunned, a fate of every Jinchuriki. Now, he gained the acknowledgement of the villagers as he grows up and expecting him to be Hokage like his father and before him. Getting another serving of stew, Naruto then asked, how did you guys know the prince? Tanya then answered his question. When I was at the military, my job as a trainer and a disciplinarian of the newly recruit. After I left the service, the king contacted me, courtesy of Adolf recommending me, to train Numa for a while. Your sensei also met with the king and knew the young prince, said Adolf. This spiked the interest of Naruto again as he wanted to know more about the adventures of his late sensei here. Wait, really? How? Jiraiya-san said he met the king first before he met us. Right after we left the service, Jiraiya-san contacted me and I joined him as his informant. Later Tanya joined as well and came to train the prince for a while. According to him, prior to his arrival, it is the king who welcomed him, explained Adolf as Naruto listened carefully and asked again. Did Eros Sennin told you guys how and why he got here? He was curious. During his training trip with the Sannin, Jiraiya sometimes told him stories of his adventures but never mentioned this one. Adolf pondered while scratching his chin trying to remember. If I remember correctly, he said he arrived somewhere here at the north, he didn't say how. Shortly, he met with the king while traveling. He was recommended to gather intel at the central region at the empire, and it's where he met us. He told us one of your men accidental discovered this continent and your leader sent your sensei on a mission to investigate this land on behalf of your village. It was Naruto's turn to ponder. He did not know that Konoha knew the existence of this place, especially knowing that the Sandaime Hokage was the one who gave Jiraiya a mission to explore this land. He was also in thought on who discovered the land and how. The only possible explanation of the expedition is to know whether the land is a potential threat to the elemental continent or a possible ally. Naruto gazed out of thought as Tanya called him. So Naruto, what are your plans after you gathered enough money? Naruto looked at Tanya and gave her an answer. Maybe find a place to stay at the capital, start a small business there for the meantime. Alright, wake up early okay. I noticed you're not a morning person, said Tanya as Naruto smiled cheekily while rubbing the back of his head. He was never a morning person and is sometimes a heavy sleeper despite being a ninja, though he can wake up immediately in signs of threats. After dinner Naruto head back to the guest room, it's nighttime already. As he head back he took a quick bath before going to bed. The night went by as it was broad daylight already. Naruto, you better get going now and be careful okay. Tanya and Adolf greeted him a goodbye. It was now 9 in the morning and our blonde hero woke up 8:45. He was supposed to be up for around 6 in the morning. Alright, I better be going now. Thanks for everything Jii-san. Boss-san, Naruto waved at them as he walks out the door. Don't forget to visit when you have the time okay, shouted the female blonde. Naruto heard this while walking and raised his right hand up and waved it, indicating he heard her. Naruto then proceeds on his journey. Location: Northern Country. It has been hours already. Naruto is seen running at speed faster than an airmanta. He was running at a normal shinobi speed and not going full speed as to enjoy the new sight he's seeing. Usually he was supposed to walk but woke up late. While heading towards the capital in the northern country to meet the prince, he remembered what he learned while interacting with the couple for the past few days he has been here. He learned that the reason Tanya and Adolf left the service is they have been convinced by Jiraiya to see the flaws of the empire. He learned a year after the couple left, the empire worsened and faced an economic regression due to the rapid rise of corruption after the previous prime minister, who believed was kind and praised, was killed and was replaced by a man named Honest. The new prime minister's greed made the country face dissatisfaction among the people that led to the defection of several generals and troops from the imperial military. This caused the formation of the Revolutionary Army, a rebellion group dedicated to overthrow the empire. Adolf and Tanya, being one of the former top officials of the military, came in contact with the generals that formed the rebellion. Though they didn't not join, they still come in contact and help the rebellion and sometimes trade information. This benefit as Jiraiya's informant at the continent, as it will expand his network, thus getting quickly on tracks with the movement of the empire. When he heard stories on what the empire had become under Prime Minister Honest. Hearing this made Naruto shudder, as the man's greed and thirst for power is worse from the people of his land. If he would describe the power-hungry man, it is like Danzo and Hanzo had a child together and named it Honest. What kind of dumb name is Honest from a man like that anyway? Geez, the blonde thought. Another thing he learned from this land are the creatures called Danger Beast and Tegu. If I remembered correctly, it's the one I killed when I just arrived here, though Ji-san said it's one of the weaker ones. Naruto thought about it. These creatures are hostile, and the higher the class of the beast, the more hostile it gets on the sight of humans. The lower class can be tamed and used to help the people for their lands, like transportation and such. Tegu, on the other hand, are ancient artifacts that gave the user abilities of the Danger Beast. It's a weapon that made from the remains of the Danger Beast. He haven't encountered someone with this artifact yet and excited to face one. He was curious what's it like. There's also a weapon called Shinga. It's what Tanya and Adolf used during their time on the military. It's a newer artifact but inferior to a Tegu. Hey Kurama, you up yet? Asked Naruto in his mindscape, but was met with a silence. He was supposed to ask the opinion of the fox about the possible origin of these weapons, as Kurama is an ancient being that is more than a millennium old. These Danger Beast is also a creature of chakra that is similar to the creatures in the Forest of Death. I should investigate the origin of the empire, and the origin of the Danger Beast when I get to the capital in the central region. It's part of his plan here, to continue his sensei's network and discover the mystery of this place, and the best way to gather information is where it all started, the central region of the empire. Naruto stops as he arrived at the capital at the northern country. He saw the symbol of the northern tribes at the wall. It has a simple symbol, an oval seal with cross-like pattern inside. The capital is fairly modern, bearing resemblance to the buildings in Megacure, with its architecture almost made out of metal and steam pipes everywhere. The only difference from Megacure is, instead of the heavy rain and water, this place is surrounded by snow, equivalent to the village in the Land of Iron. Naruto went into sage mode as his eyes gained pigmentation. His eyes widened in shock as to sense the population of the place. There was at least 400,000 inhabitants that are living here, and it's 4 times the population of the whole allied shinobi forces. Man, people from this place must be active. It made Ero Sennin proud, he humored himself. He then locates which has a powerful energy in the capital and found it, expecting it to be the prince, as he is the strongest at the northern country. The blonde head outs to the source and approached a building with a huge symbol in the building walls. He assumed it was the stronghold, palace or something similar. Halt! He was stopped by 2 soldiers, expecting them to be the guard of the palace, as they blocked the entrance with their spear. State your name and business here, said the guards. My name is Naruto, I'm supposed to meet the prince today, the blonde said. Hearing this, the guards let the blonde pass as Naruto entered the place. Just go straight ahead. The prince is waiting for your presence there. Naruto just nods at them and proceed. As Naruto walked down the path, he found a young man with dark hair and blue eyes sitting on a throne, nearly his age, maybe 2 years older or more. Judging by his outfit, he should be the prince, as the young man wore metal suit of armor, a purple cape, and a forehead protector nearly identical from his land. There is a tribe symbol on the headpiece, chestplate, and shoulder guard. Ah, you must be Naruto Uzumaki from the letter I read. Adolf-san held you in high regards, though I was expecting you to be a bit early since there's matters needed to be discussed, said the prince as Naruto gave a wave. Yo, UGHH, sorry I got lost on the way of life, greeted the blonde as he casually pockets his hand after. The prince gave a smile, amused at the blonde in front of him. You're an interesting person, Naruto, if I can call you that. Most people here approach me with royalty and honorifics because of my title. Naruto noticed the prince's face has brightened on his show of attitude. He then returned a smile. Well, I ain't like most people, and respect needs to be earned regardless of the person's title, he said, covering up his lack of formality, a trait he still have. Though Naruto giving nicknames, sometimes to annoy, is equivalent to honorifics. Fair point, commented Numa as he continued and stood up from his throne. Follow me, we have things to discuss. The prince heads toward a door as Naruto followed suit. They entered a room. Naruto looked around and noticed a center table with a scaled geometric map of the northern country and the border of the northern region of the empire. It has different flags placed around the map. Naruto assumed the room is a military operation room. I heard you took out a danger beast in one shot, said Numa as he took a seat. He motioned Naruto to follow as the blonde did at the opposite side of the table. That's impressive, and only a strong warriors are able to take down a creature single-handedly, continued the prince. It was nothing, said Naruto. I fought creatures stronger than that, he said, remembering he fought Kurama and the Jubi recently. Adolf told me you're an apprentice of Jiraiya. Naruto listened to what the prince said and replied back. Yeah, I went on a training trip for almost 3 years under him, Naruto proudly states. He was glad he met the man and learned he's his godfather. I see, you must be stronger than I expect then. I only knew the man for a week back then when I was young, so I don't know much about him. It's alright, I heard the stories from Tanya Ba-san and Ji-san. Numa then leaned forward the table and looked closely at the map. A week ago I received information of a threat. I then sent 2 batch of my men to try and kill the beast before it can cause havoc here. He then pointed at the 2 flags indicating it's a special unit on capturing and killing the beast. Numa then leaned back to his chair and gave a frown. I believe it was a class 1 danger beast. It's stronger than the average beast, which only few warriors that can handle it alone. I knew my men will find no trouble dealing with a class 1 beast, but I might miscalculate the situation. Naruto saw the troubled look the prince have on his face. Naruto puts his hand on his chin and let out a sigh. I'm guessing your men haven't returned yet, and the threat is bigger than what you have imagined. He noticed the nod of Numa as the prince spoke. Yes, they was supposed to be back 2 days ago. So you want me to do something about the situation? Concluded the blonde. I thought that class 1 was the highest. No, there are another class called Ultra or Super Class Danger Beast. These classes are rare, and far superior to a class 1 beast. I admit that it will be hard fighting it alone even for myself, but if you're an apprentice of Jiraiya-san, then I think you might handle it. The prince stood up and walked towards Naruto. He handed him a mission report. He read, analyze every intel of it. Well, this sounds fun, Ibeo. He chuckled with a half sarcasm as the intel only revealed a possible location and unknown abilities of the creature. Alright, I'll hunt this beast myself for you. Naruto stood up with a confident grin. Numa looked at the blonde young man. Alright, I could lend you a team if you want, said the prince as Naruto shrugged it off. It's fine, I'll handle it myself, said Naruto with confidence. Are you sure? This ain't like what you fought when you arrived here, said the prince in concern as Naruto replied. Nah, it's fine. I fought powerful creatures before. He waved it off. He wasn't being arrogant but having a team will just hold him back. He fought a Biju and a goddess before, so he was confident on killing it. Besides, he was curious on how strong the creature in this land have, and he's also bored. Oh, and if it's possible, keep the body of the beast remain intact and not destroyed entirely as possible. Naruto looked at the prince and tilted his head because he was planning on just grinding it with a huge ass Rasengan that will rival the beast size. What for? Its remains are very valuable as it can produce a rare type of weapon and armor. Hearing this, Naruto just nodded in agreement. Naruto left after he was debriefed. Right now the blonde is somewhere within the icy land of the northern mountains on where the last location the beast was spotted. If I remembered correctly, This is where they spot the creature. Naruto stopped his tracks as he stepped on something on the snow. A sword? He stated the obvious, thought the sword is covered in blood, indicating a one-sided battle happened not long ago. He continued further as the cold weather makes the environment less visible, but he could sense the beast is nearby. This creature is smart. It knows how to hide its presence. Maybe it's one of its abilities. Alright. Where are you, ya bastard? Come out now. He noticed something from afar. Naruto placed his hand above his eyes in a looking position and narrowed his gaze in the mist as 4 glowing red eyes starts to show. His danger senses spiked up. A large roar was heard as Naruto dodges a fire attack. The beast attack cleared out the cold mist for a while as Naruto saw the creature. Is that a fucking dragon? Naruto saw that the creature is huge as a building or a summon. The dragon creature has the structure of a human with scales and wings. It also have blue fur that protects it from the cold environment. He was shocked at seeing it, but not that shocked as he has seen talking dogs, giant toads, summons, and fought bijus when he was young. This was no different, totally normal. Naruto sensed the beast is charging another fire attack. He then charges forward and held his hand in a cross sign. Kage Bunshin no Jutsu, shouted Naruto as 2 clones spawned to life, one each side of him. The dragon creature fired its attack as the Narutos dodged it effortless. The beast then charged forward and keeps on swinging its claws, attacking while all Naruto keeps on dodging its attack. Naruto used the beast arm as a platform, using his clones as distraction while he runs at its arm. As the beast killed the clone, it then tried to squish Naruto like a fly on its torso, but Naruto dodged and used its other claw as a platform. Naruto jumped from its claw as he held his arm outwards as a full-powered blue orb starts to form on his palm, Rasengan. He shouted as his jutsu collided with the beast face. He was impressed as the beast tanked a full-powered Rasengan and only pushed the beast back. The beast disappeared again as the cold mist made the dragon invisible, hiding its presence from him. Alright, time to test this out. He then focused his chakra to boil inside him as his body generates steam that melts the snow near him using boil release that he got from Kakuo that increases strength the more he pressures his chakra. The steam is so great that it overtook the cold mist around the area as he saw the beast again. You can't hide from me now. He charged at the beast as he dodged its attack sidewards and punched the beast. Its impact was enough to knock the beast down as he uppercut the dragon. Naruto repeated this strategy for a while as he brawled with the beast. He kept on dodging and countering it with a pressured punch but noticed it was being less ineffective the longer he brawls with the dragon. The dragon attacked him again as he moved behind its back in an untraceable speed. Naruto tried to hit its back, but the beast slapped him with its tail towards a mountain. Alright, that hurt Ibeo, he said, but not really. Snow mist starts to form again as the creature becomes invisible with it. Naruto got out of the rubble as he tries to find the dragon only to sense presence behind him as the creature tried to eat him but only to bite a log. Soon, Naruto's body flickered in a flash above its head and he boils his chakra temperature twice than before. Funsuken, erupting propulsion fisk, he shouted as he punched the beast head with a steam-enhanced punch, twice the power from his earlier steam attack. It stunned the beast, but it seems the beast recovered faster than before. It's adapting to my attacks, he concluded, noticing his steam attack was becoming less ineffective. The beast charged at him again, now angrier and faster. It charged at him again and Naruto let the beast chase him as he runs away. It kept on firing a beam of attacks at him but he kept on dodging it. Naruto runs at the side of the mountain as the beast attacked, he jumped and flipped above its head. The dragon tilted its head in the direction of Naruto as it's preparing to charge another attack on its mouth. Meanwhile, Naruto formed a Rasengan infused with magma release he got from Son Goku that made the Rasengan look like a ball of magma. Both Naruto and the beast charged its finishing attack as Naruto shouted once again, Yoden, Rasengan. The dragon and Naruto's attack collided, but Naruto's Rasengan was penetrating the dragon's attack until it hits its jaws. It grids its face with its high rotation as the ball of magma chakra exploded, melting the beast jaw as the huge creature fell down. Naruto saw the dragon laying down. He sensed the dragon has a faint life force as it was barely alive, but he knew he shattered its brain as the Rasengan deals internal damage. Naruto was now seen standing in front of the gate in the capital in the northern country. He was greeted by Numa and his army in front. It looks like he was preparing for a battle. "Naruto, you're back. How is it?" said the prince, but saw Naruto let out a frown and sighs. "Looks like there's no survivors." He looked at Numa and gave a faint smile. "But the good news is the dragon is dead." "Dragon?" said the prince with interest. "Yeah, blue huge thing, fucking sneaky. Its scales are hard to penetrate," replied the blonde. "I see, you fought a tyrant. It's a bigger threat than expected. It's one of the strongest beasts to exist out here. You really prove you're a strong warrior." The prince was impressed by him. "Don't worry, I'll double the rewards for you efforts." Numa snaps his finger as his men gave Naruto a sack of gold coins. "We could use someone of your skill in the army if you like," Numa offered Naruto, but the blonde refused politely as he waved his hand. "Nah, it's okay. I just need the money and be on my way. I have things to do somewhere." He thought he was to hunt a few danger beasts to earn enough for a few weeks, but the reward alone is high enough to last him for more than a month. "I see, alright. And if you need anything, you're welcome here." Numa then signaled his men to prepare to leave. "Good luck." Naruto waved him a goodbye as they went on their separate way. Naruto went back at the northern region of the empire to visit Tanya and Adolf. While strolling through the small town, Naruto noticed few soldiers patrolling around. This soldiers was not here before, and he was sure it's not part of Numa's army. Naruto's eyes widened as he rushed towards the house immediately. Naruto barged inside the couple's house. "Ba-san, Ji-san." As he entered, he saw 5 soldiers pointing their guns at the couple, holding him hostage. Naruto flickered in front of the couple that shocked the soldiers. "What are you doing with them?" "They're just civilians," shouted Naruto. He kept his guards up knowing it might end badly. "Who are you? Are you with them? You're part of the revolutionary army, are you? Along with those couple over there conspiring against the empire?" shouted the soldier as some of them pointed their guns at him. "Conspiring? They're just civilians in this small town," retorted the blonde. "Silence. They are under arrest and will be investigated on charge of conspiring with revolutionary army. And you're no civilian, you're a soldier. You're with them, aren't you?" the soldier accused Naruto. "You should be arrested with them." "Stop this," Naruto warned. He didn't like where this is going already. "I'm warning you, back off, and leave them alone." "You and what army?" The soldiers then chuckled as Tanya pled. "Please, don't. Take us, not him. He's not part of any of this. We even barely know each other." The soldier looked at the woman, but it doesn't buy anything from her. "Do you think you can fool me, woman?" The man slapped Tanya in the face as Adolf shouted in anger, "You bastard. If you dare touch her, I'll kill you." Adolf was freed from one of the soldiers' grasp and punched the man in anger. All soldiers then fired their gun at Adolf. Naruto's body flickered in a flash and took Adolf then Tanya in a safe distance before the bullets could even reach its target. What sorcery is this?" The soldiers are shocked as the couple disappeared. Naruto went back again, and looked at the soldiers in fair disappointment. "I told you don't touch them." I knew it, you're one of them and have a Tigu in possession," the soldier accused again as they pointed their gun at Naruto. "Men, fire." They opened fire at the blonde, but Naruto has this bored look as he could see the bullets in a slow motion. He was disappointed from the capabilities the soldiers have in this continent. A Chunin or Junin could throw a kunai faster than a bullet. This was no different. As the bullet neared a centimeter from his face, he tilted his head as his eyes gazed at the bullet as it passed him. He did it with the remaining bullets shot at him, moving his body reaction faster than what their eyes are seeing. The soldiers then continues to shoot the blonde as Naruto then charged at the first soldier, disarming its rifle from him. Another soldier tried to shoot him, but he took the rifle from first soldier and threw it at the other soldier, stunning the man. Naruto then charged at the stunned soldier and slammed him into the ground. Others was shocked at the display of power the blonde held, and have no idea about the blonde's abilities or Itigu. They tried to shoot again, but the gun run out of bullet, so the soldiers do what they know next. Engage in a hand-to-hand combat using the Empire's martial arts called Imperial Fisk. One soldier tried to punch Naruto, but he blocked it with his left hand. Naruto then grabbed the man's shirt and threw him at another soldier, knowing them both down. 2 charged at him together, but Naruto keeps on parrying their attempts. As both soldiers attack again, he saw one attempt on hooking his face. He then used the soldier's attack and redirected it to the other soldier. Naruto waited for all soldiers to stand up again. He then went offensive as he sends a barrage of punch and kicks at the soldiers without them landing a hit on the blonde. Naruto held his attack back not to kill the men in the area. A complete brawl happened inside the house until the soldiers is beaten up. The soldiers stands up and prepared to leave but said, "We'll get back at you. Remember this." They then run outside away from him. A couple of minutes later Tanya and Adolf returned back. "Naruto, you alright?" Tanya said in concern as Naruto replied, "Yeah, I'm fine. Good thing I returned here before heading to the capital. Thank you for saving us again," said Adolf as he patted the boy's shoulder. "It was nothing, but I think you should come with me. It's not safe here," suggested Naruto. "It's okay Naruto, we lived here for years now and we can't just abandon the town folks here," said Tanya as Adolf commented. "And I think the Empire is retreating back, they won't be here for a while." Naruto went outside noticed the army is retreating away from the town. It looks like Numa's forces have won the battle. "Alright, but I'll be back here in a week to check with you guys after I settled in the capital," said Naruto. "Before you go, why don't you have dinner with us? It's a long road towards the central region," suggested the older blonde as Naruto gave a warm smile as his stomach growls in hunger. The three of them proceed inside the house while Naruto continues telling them how he defeated Tyrant while Tanya prepares their dinner. It was a long night, and Naruto said his goodbye afterwards. Location: Empire, Central Region, the capital the next day. In the capital, an army of imperial soldiers with their weapons and carriage ready for departure. The soldiers' uniform consists of black dress shirt with gray tie and over it is a concrete color military trench coat. The soldiers don a metal mask that covered his face and a headgear with a white cloth that resembles the headgear of Sanagakure. "Alright men, man your stations and prepare to leave. The general should be arriving now," an higher-ranking officer shouted as the army readied themselves. A tall beautiful woman with long light blue hair and eyes got out of the palace and walks toward a private carriage. All men stiffened and salute as the general walks towards her carriage. The general is described as one of the most beautiful women in the whole empire, a 8'7", 5'4", 5'5" measurement that most men will kill for. As she walks, all men saw her with her usual white general's regalia as her outfit consists of white military shirt dress with short skirt with black trimmings that showed her large bust and above those huge assets of her is a black tattoo. She wore a matching black high-heeled boots and black arm garment that only showed her hands, and finally her white cap and black belt with a black cross symbol on it. The general then entered the carriage as she sits while crossing her long legs and rests her elbow on the armrest. "What's the status on our forces in the northern region?" the beautiful general asked her subordinates as the man answered. "Yesterday, our forces failed to push through the border as northern tribes arrived with their leader and pushed us back." The man saw the bored look on the general's face and asked, "General Esdeath, what should we do with the situation?" "Nothing, as we soon arrive there with our army, the tides of war will be turned," said the now named Esdeath, confidence with her abilities as one of the strongest in the whole empire. Esdeath gave her army a signal as they left the premises, her sight is focused on the northern part as she muttered, "I hope you don't bore me before I make an example of you Prince Numa." "Finally, it's done," said Naruto while standing in front of a two-story building he rented somewhere in the capital. The lower level is a commercial space with a sign above the main door, Sage's Ramen and Bar, with a small tarpaulin tied under it that said, "Grand Opening." Naruto entered his now new opened business, then smiled with a satisfaction of the outcome of the interior which he personally designed. The interior of the restaurant is simple with less than a dozen of tables that can accommodate up to 4 persons per table, with the table is covered by an orange-white checkered table linen. The other end of the restaurant, opposite to the entrance, is the famous ramen bar stand with 4 stools. Behind the bar is a liquor cabinet with half of the liquors are sake that came from a scroll which he collected every time they visit a bar during his training trip. Well, not collected but more likely confiscated from his drunk sensei. The best way to gather intel is through a bar, and don't forget fine women. He recalled those words from his master while imagining him oogling and giggling. It's why he mixed his ramen bar with a liquor stand. Meanwhile, Naruto used the upper level as a place to rest, with 2 bedrooms, a bath, and a personal workplace. "Alright, time to open this place up." Naruto then flipped the sign from closed to open with a grin of confidence that his restaurant will be a huge success. Man. Why there's no one coming in yet, he said as he rests his chin in the counter with a gloomy mood. It's been 3 hours already and not a single customer has entered his newly opened restaurant. They should be grateful that they will be able to eat and savor the foods of the gods HMPP. The blonde crossed his arms at the end of his statement in a soonerish manner. Rain. He heard the door opens as the bell rang. His mood quickly changes as his first customer entered the premises and he now spoke in a welcoming tone, a greeting. Welcome to the newly opened Sage's Ramen and Bar. You won't regret coming. He stopped as he finally saw his first customer in full view. What THEE ramen am I seeing right now? Is she an exhibitionist or something? He thought as his eyes nearly popped out of his sockets. Hearing those words made Naruto avert his eyes into another direction with a small blush. Yeah, no, I mean. Your outfit is very unique that I can't stop admiring it. Tebeo. He said that carefully with a little sarcasm. He is almost immune to this kind of stuff, courtesy improving his jutsu and being with a pervert most of his teenage days. He can't just help but wonder if these kind of things are normal around here. She raises her single brow as it was not the kind of reaction she was expecting. Anyway, what kind of stuff do y'all serve around here? She looked around. It was obvious it was a restaurant by its setting. What's a ramen? It's my first time hearing it, she followed up with interest. The customer hasn't heard of this so-called ramen before. It's the food of the gods, it's a delicacy from where I came from, Naruto proudly states while he handed her a menu. You should try it out or you will regret it. Food of the gods, ya say. Sounds interesting. The woman then analyzed the menu as she was not familiar with the dishes listed there aside from the liquor listed. She could tell by the description written that it's a noodle-based dish. Don't know any of these, so just give me your recommendation here, and one of your best booze, she said while gaining a nod from the male blonde. Alright, be back in a jiffy. After Naruto came back, he served a hot steaming miso ramen in front of the woman. Here you go, he said with a smile. It's on the house as my first customer. The aroma radiated to her nose that made her mouth watery and stomach growl just from the smell. Naruto saw the other blonde gulp down the bowl of ramen like she haven't had food for days. That was good stuff. I never tasted something this good for a while, she gave a chef's compliment as she patted her exposed belly. Glad I came here. Naruto grinned with satisfaction as his first customer loved it, and while it's not on the level of Ichiraku's, but as a self-proclaimed ramen lover he is confident it is second to it. If you liked it and if you tried the original from where I came from then you would love it. But it's impossible. Tebeo. Impossible? Why? She asked him while waiting for his reply. Well, let's just say it's pretty far away, and getting there will probably take weeks or months, Naruto answered with a half smile while scratching his cheeks. He then walked towards the liquor shelf and grabbed a bottle. Anyway, here's one of my finest sake. Enjoy. Naruto poured the sake in a glass for her. Say, aren't you a little young to be running a business? She questioned again while Naruto answers her. From where I came from, if you graduated already then you're considered as an adult. While he's considered an adult in the elemental nation, it was different from here. He knew she was right, he is too young to be running a business in the capital, but by exploiting the corruption around the capital he was able to bribe officials into lending him a business permit without causing legal issues. But this ain't your home, you know, and running a business here is bad news, especially with the corruption and extortion from businesses going on around here. The woman told him as she chugged the sake directly from the bottle, ignoring the glass that Naruto poured. Thanks, but I can handle myself, Naruto said. The blonde exhibitionist stood up, preparing to leave as she is now done. Anyway, thanks. Name's Leonie by the way, nice to meet ya. Leonie grinned while pointing at herself. Naruto grinned back, introducing himself. You can call me Naruto. If you run into trouble you can ask for me for help. See ya. This was Leonie's final word as she left. She's like a blonde female version of Kiba, except with less arrogance. After cleaning the table, Naruto flipped the sign from open to close. I'll call this a day for now. Later that night Naruto infiltrated the green jewel of the capital, the Imperial Palace. With the information spread across that the strongest general wasn't at the capital, Naruto took the opportunity to infiltrate the palace to gather more information about the continent and its history. With most of the strongest soldiers gone, Going inside the palace is a mere child play for the blonde shinobi, as the palace guards cannot detect his henge nor be able to detect his presence if he were to hide undetected. He could also do this anytime, even if all generals was in the palace. He could still infiltrate it like a walk in the park, but he didn't, because without knowing the abilities of his enemies, then the probability of him getting caught is non-zero. So he would still not risk it even if the odds are 1 up to 100, because even if he could escape, then the security next time will be tightened. Since the Imperial Palace is almost the same as the Hokage Tower from his home, then he was sure that somewhere inside is a library of archive full of information he might need. Alright Naruto, think, where could they store classified documents? Below? No, that's probably where the dungeon is, so they won't place as near a prison. So above then, but where exactly? Naruto recalled when he stole the Forbidden Scroll. It was located near the Hokage office, which means that the archive here will be near somewhere where the leader has easy access from the office that is both well guarded and near at the same time. The problem is he doesn't know where the throne is located, as the palace is massive. He's quite getting lost at the moment. Naruto saw a huge double door in the main hallway with guards guarding in front, and since the ceiling elevation is quite high, he walked from the ceiling and past the guards. Now he'll just wait until someone passes through the doors and sneak his way in. Just my luck, he grinned. He doesn't need to wait anymore as someone leaves the room. Naruto would describe the person leaving as a fat old fart with white hair and beard, wearing a gray trench coat and a tray of food on his hand. So before the guards closes the door, he sneaks in with speed that they can't detect. Once Naruto entered, he saw that the room is huge, like a ballroom with a throne down the end of it. Somewhere inside the hall there are 2 heavily armored guards, and a dog, guarding a room. Naruto shunshined behind them and knocked them out, including the dog, though he wasn't sure if the little brown dog is really a dog. Once the guards was on the floor, he then took the keys out of the female guard's pocket and then opened the door with it. Once he is inside, there were a lot of weapons and armor scattered around like their so-called rifles. It was not an archive but more of a armory or treasury room. There were also some artifacts or weapons he couldn't recognize. He assumed it was a Tigu the military seized or collected, as it was locked inside a display case. Naruto didn't bother getting his hands on those weapons, as it was used mainly for people who don't have abilities. A shinobi after all has vast arsenals on their disposal. He noticed that there is a dark corner in the room without lights. It was like a giant spider's nest, as the cobwebs covered the whole corner that will trap whomever tried to go there. Naruto channeled his wind nature and wiped away the cobwebs in a single wind blow, and with his enhanced vision, it revealed 2 bookshelves hiding in the corner. The blonde randomly picked a book covered with dust and wiped the front cover to reveal its title. Founding Father. First Emperor of the Empire, he muttered the title. While he isn't fond of reading books, except from a smut novel his sensei published, he knew it was an absolute necessary to know everything about the empire, how it was established, the origin of their weapons, and more by reading books of history that were stored inside the palace. To speed things up, he summoned 4 clones to help him find and read books that would reveal the origin of the empire. It took him the whole night to finish all the book with the help of his clones. He learned that the empire lasted for a millennium because of the near-limitless resource the continent had during its founding, and what he found out during its establishment disturbed him. During the reign of the first emperor, the emperor ordered the creation of the weapons to ensure the future of the empire by increasing its military might. The scholars and archaeologists of the first emperor discovered that the origins of the creatures called danger beast originated from what they called Earth's tree, because there existed a gigantic roots that ran over the continent over a millennium ago, and these scholars found out that the gigantic roots is leaking out the same energy of a danger beast. The scientist observed how the roots' energy affected the wildlife that led to the mutation of surrounding animals to become a danger beast, and with its discovery, the scientist combined the remains of the danger beast and the husk of the root that led to the creation of thousands of weapons called Tigu, but only 48 was successful to be made. However, Naruto hasn't found a thing about the origin of the Earth's tree, but found a book of legend that tells a story about it. The legend is about how a goddess came to Earth centuries before the creation of the empire and brought a monster that punished the people because of their greed and lust for power that cause amok among each other. The goddess tried to enslave and control all humanity using a monster that can transform into a giant tree to entrap all humanity until two heroes of unknown origins with great power showed up and fought the goddess on equal footing. The war between the heroes and the goddess took months until the heroes defeated the goddess. The monster disappeared without a trace, only leaving some of its husk on the planet that will serve as a reminder of the huge war against humanity. No wonder the energy of those danger beasts seems to be familiar. It originated from the Shinju tree when Rikudo-ji-san fought Kagaya. If danger beast originated from the husk of the tree, doesn't it technically means that they're also your siblings or half-siblings Kurama? Naruto teased his partner knowing it will affect the fox's pride. Those mindless pathetic beast is an insult to all bijus. They don't even have 1% of power if compared to that stupid raccoon. Not even worth a time crushing those creatures. Yeah, whatever helps you sleeps at night. But with how the Empire utilized it and turned it to a weapon is disturbing, and with the new Shinju tree right now we can't afford to let them even get even a tiny piece of it and let them create more weapons. We should also deal with it completely after setting everyone there free before the elemental nations even discovered it can be used to create a powerful weapon. It could create a more powerful weapon than the Tegu and it might start another war. For an idiot, you sure became more smarter, Kurama commented. What do ya mean? I'm not an idiot anymore. Well, sometimes, but I learned a lot through these past few years, Datbayo. After Naruto accomplished his agenda, he placed back every material he read on its proper place and leave no trace of his whereabout inside the treasury room. He placed back where he took the key from the knocked out woman's pocket and left using the Hirishin. The first day of opening his shop didn't go that well, but he did meet an interesting person during its grand opening. The following days, more and more customer visits his shop, and by luck his shop quickly gained popularity in a week. Leonie became his regular and she's the best provider of intel for him by getting her drunk with free sake. Drunk Imperial Soldiers is also a good provider of intel for him, but since most is a lower ranking officer they don't provide much. Hey, Chibi chef, what ya doin'? Greeted Leonie as she sat at the counter of the bar while crossing her legs like some schoolgirl trying to flirt. I told you to just call me Naruto, replied Naruto with an annoyed look. And are going to order or not? I have my hands full, you know. Naruto is quite busy managing the shop alone. Leonie wondered how the young blonde could do it, but Naruto of course would not tell her of his usage of cage buncheons at the kitchen. Nah, maybe tomorrow. I'm just here to hang for a while, she replied with a bored expression. You got work today? Asked Naruto as he was met with a nod. He didn't pry any further as he knows the woman doesn't like people prying on her business. Even when she's drunk she leaks little or none information about her background like a trained spy. He already had a hunch that she may have a connection with the Revolutionary Army. From what he gathered so far, the Revolutionary Army is a huge rebel force fighting against the Empire. Similar to that of the Civil War in the Land of Water during Yagura's reign. Don't you want to hire more staff? It's amazing you're managing this alone, said Leonie to the business owner as Naruto thought about it. Well, with all these customers coming lately that would be a handful, but with all issues going on here, it's hard to find someone trustworthy. This was Naruto's reply to her. If he would hire someone, he needs to be careful on choosing his employees. He knew this was not like Konoha. While cage buncheons are handy, it will only grows on suspicion if he continued to do this, especially for someone prospective as the blonde woman in front of him. Anyway, if you need anything just call me. Those customers over there are hungry, ya know, Naruto said as he walked towards the table to take orders. Meanwhile, Leonie was curious how Naruto managed the shop alone. She headed towards the kitchen door and heard someone inside. She looks back and saw Naruto still taking orders. Leonie cautiously opened the door to take a peek, but there was no one there. She was pretty sure there was someone as she heard kitchen utensils being used loudly inside. Need something? A voice behind her back asked as she is startled and surprised. Gah! Leonie screamed as Naruto is suddenly behind her back without her noticing. Stop scaring me like that. You might give this Oni-san a heart attack, geez. Leonie took a deep breath before she continued again. I didn't notice you sneaking up on me, and no one has sneaked up behind me. What are you, a ninja or something? Naruto let out a small chuckle of the irony of her statement. Leonie was annoyed by this all the time because she tried sneaking to the blonde as stealthily as possible a few times before to surprise him, but she always failed, and sometimes got pranked back for it. Who knows, maybe I am a ninja, Naruto said in monotone, which annoys the feral-like lady further as Naruto saw her face twitched. Sorry, what are you doing here anyway? Naruto asked as he tilted his head innocently. Ah, nothing. I just heard something in your kitchen and went to check it out. There might be someone thieving in, you know. She waved her hands defensively. Don't worry, there's no valuables there besides ramen, replied Naruto. Anyway, I'll get going now, see ya. Leonie waved goodbye as she leaves the restaurant. Naruto then held his hand in a cross sign as 4 clones popped out of nowhere in the kitchen and began working while he continued the usual routine by attending the customers' needs. Naruto closed the shop before sunset as his shop ran out of ingredients since he's busy managing the restaurant alone, plus he hasn't checked the inventory list since last night. So far our blonde protagonist is on the busy street of the marketplace in the city doing what else but grocery shopping. He usually didn't like shopping due to experiences since he was a kid, and since he was living alone before, he had no choice on the matter. Occasionally, if his monthly stipend ran out because of those prick store owners, he was forced to hunt or fish his foods in the forest in order to survive. As a kid he hated shopping for the reason that all the shop owner, except one, hated him. Whenever he tries to buy something, clothes, supplies, or grocery, the store owner charged him twice the price or sells him expired goods. Everything changes when he returned to Konoha after almost 3 years of training. He gained more respect as a shinobi, especially after Pain's invasion, but since then, he wasn't able to shop since he's been busy with missions, so Naruto frequently ate at Ichiraku's or just cupped ramen, which he didn't care because ramen is ramen. Now, this is his second time shopping for goods that he wasn't treated harshly, overcharged, or even sold expired goods. The first time, by the way, was when he was opening the restaurant. He wasn't used to it yet, but he did enjoy it since he was able to bargain for prices now, unlike when he was a kid. Is that Leonie? Rather than seeing the blonde woman, he senses her familiar presence somewhere near and confirmed it. She must be working, though he knew her work involves stalking and intel gathering. He didn't meddle with her business as he sensed no ill intent on what she does on a daily basis. I wonder who she's stalking, he was curious. 1. Because he can't squeeze enough intel out of her whenever she's drunk. 2. He knows she have a connection with the rebellion or possibly working with them. And 3. This will provide intel for him if number 2 is correct. Naruto then took out an empty scroll and sealed all the ingredients he bought in it. He focused his senses on her so that he would not lose sight or rather track of her. She's like a ninja, he noted. Leonie was on the top of the roof stalking like true assassin, moving roof to roof. Naruto trailed her, and instead of being on the shadow above moving roof to roof, he is trailing her in the shadow on grounds acting like he was taking a stroll. If he would follow her like a true shinobi he is, and get caught, which is highly unlikely, then there will be unavoidable questions for him to answer. Naruto would likely only use the higher ground if he was chasing the target, so there's no reason for him to go above. It's not like he's going to lose track of her. Looks like she's trailing that carriage. His observation led him to believe that the target is someone inside the carriage, and from the looks of it, Naruto assumed it's either a government official or a noble. Oh, it's just an aristocratic girl. He saw a young blonde girl exit the carriage escorted by a servant. The girl entered a clothing store and a moment later, she exits the store followed by her servant that is carrying a lot of bags. A spoiled aristocratic girl, he added in thought. Naruto is confused why Leonie would spy a brat, unless it was a bodyguard duty. Naruto dismissed the idea as he senses Leonie have a hint of negative emotion towards the girl. He focused his senses directly to the girl but found no malicious emotion at the moment. Why would she spy a noble? It's clear she's not guarding her from the shadows. He have a lot of questions that needs to be answered. Sadly, he can't just shunshin towards the Catwoman and ask her directly what she's doing. It would bring him suspicion, and only an idiot would do that. His younger self would definitely do it though, but unfortunately he learned a lot from his past experiences. The noble then leaves the area while he saw a hint of disappointment from the Catwoman. After the carriage left, Leonie also left with unsatisfaction. Naruto is also disappointed. It looks like he just wasted his time as he didn't get a single thing from following her. Naruto sighs in defeat as he told himself, "Man, I thought there was something interesting going on. Turns out it's just some spoiled brat doing shopping. Since the girl and the Catwoman left short while, he should also leave and return back to his store. As Naruto took one step, he then felt a malicious amount of negative energy few blocks away, and it shocked him to an extent. Kurama, you sensed that? Naruto went into his mindscape and asked his partner who woke up few days ago from recovery. The fox nodded in confirmation as he told his partner. All this malice came from that noble you were checking out a while ago. This event shocked both Naruto and Kurama of the sudden flare of negative emotion, and what is more is that it came from the innocent girl he thought to be. It looks like all his efforts in stalking the stalker bears fruit as there is something interesting going on. Naruto then shunshin towards the location of the source. Clearly her emotion has something to do with those two. But why? He thought while observing the situation. One thing you learned is to think before you act. I don't know, but that girl is good in masking her intent. From what it seems, they don't know each other but there is hatred in her emotion directed to those two, said Kurama. The girl may look innocent physically, but she can't hide her intent from the blonde shinobi who can now sense negative emotion after gaining control of Kurama's chakra. I know, right? It's like she has a grudge at them or something. The disturbing thing is, why would she offer them a place to stay? A question that is a mystery to the both of them. If she hated them, why would she offer them a place to stay? Unless, of course, there is an ulterior motive behind it, which his partner mostly concluded. Naruto approached the three teens, closely to his age. The first one is the blonde noble from earlier. She had shoulder-length blonde hair and blue eyes. She wore a white long-sleeve shirt with a light blue ribbon tie, and over her shirt is a sleeveless light blue dress with white frills at the bottom. Overall, her innocent look gave him an impression of a doll. He assumed the other two is not from around here. It was obvious because of the baggage they're carrying and naivety around the city. He assumed they came from a colder region because the two of them are wearing a matching charcoal-colored shoulder shawl with white fur along the edges. The first one is a male with short, messy black hair and brown eyes. His outfit consists of sand brown jacket that is fully zipped up to his neck, and over his shoulders is the shawl mentioned a while ago. He also wore a clean white headband acting as a forehead protector that is made out of cloth, while the bottom part is a simple dark pants and boots. The other one is a female, same age as her companion. She has a straight dark hair that reaches her waist and dark gray eyes. She wore a long-sleeved charcoal-colored coat with white fur at the hemline, and the matching shawl that her companion also wore. On her head is a white butterfly hair accessory. Ma, what seems to be the problem here? Said Naruto. He walked towards the group casually with his hands inside his jacket. He copied how Kakashi handled things, bored and casually. I was just helping these poor travelers. They seemed lost. The blonde noble was the first to speak. She had this friendly, kind, and innocent facade, but Naruto could clearly sense annoyance towards him. It was like she is telling him to fuck off mentally. We're new to this city, so we were looking a place to stay, said the dark-haired boy. Then she came and offered us a place to stay. She said she will help us find a place to work. The capital is a dangerous and corrupt place which is not suited for outsiders. I suggest you should head back to your village and just work there. Naruto may sound rude, but he knows it's for the best. There is a lot of tourists that got mugged, robbed, conned, and worst case scenario, got killed in the capital. Since Naruto is a shinobi, he could defend himself. He is also immune to those kinds of acts as a trained shinobi through experiences since he was a kid, and most of those experiences came from Jiraiya conning him of his money. Sorry, we can't. We need money to support our village, said the boy. His corner of his mouth dropped to what the blonde shinobi said. That's true, and our friend got separated from us. We promised to meet up here if one of us got lost, explained the girl while Naruto listened and trying to understand their situation. Poor strays lost in a big city like this. This is why you should stay with me and you'll be safe, the noblewoman spoke once again. Now if you excuse us, we should get going now, Tilda. She hurriedly grabbed the hand of the brunettes. Hold on, they haven't given an answer yet, Naruto interrupted, holding them back as he blocked the noble's path. The blonde girl just smiled at him innocently as she tilted her head, but he could feel that the girl is really annoyed at him, and if he could read her mind, he was sure it will be like, fuck off and mind your own business. I'm pretty sure they want a place to stay. I'm kind enough to let them stay at my mansion, and I'm also helping them find a place to work. The blonde doll scowled at her fellow blonde, Then she glanced at the outsider. Right? Won't you agree with me? The foreigner looked at each other, giving it a thought. Naruto knew the girl is forcing them to agree with her. Whoa, whoa, no need to be defensive there, princess. Naruto held both of his hands outwards, trying to calm the situation. His eyes then moved towards the two brunette. You know you shouldn't just trust someone easily. Naruto warned the duo. He knew the other blonde is forcing them to agree, and he confirmed this as he saw the wince on her face for a moment. You guys should really think about it. Would you trust someone you just met with no prior information? No, right. He knew the blonde woman is glaring at him, a glare that is trying to pierce him like a chidori. The blonde woman's expression changed immediately and beamed at the duo when their sight is now at her. She then looks at Naruto with a forced smile on her face as she told him. Are you saying I'm someone untrustworthy? What could a lady like me could do to these young fellow? Naruto could see her smile getting more irritated as he saw a visible vein on her forehead. Naruto just shrugged the noble as he raised both of his hands defensively. No, no, of course not. I'm just saying that they should think about it properly. This was Naruto's retort at the noble's accusation. Trust is not something you gained immediately. His eyes locked on the duo, making sure they are listening. Trust is earned, not given. This is something he deeply learned, maybe. Big words coming from an idiot like you who'd trust someone immediately. Kurama snickered as Naruto gave the fox in his mindscape a scornful look. Shut it, Kurama. You're ruining the mood for me. Though he knew Kurama is right, he is an idiot who trusts someone. When he was young, he trusts someone immediately that causes him trouble or sometimes almost get himself killed. Though he learned from it, he still quickly trusts someone in a short span, so nothing really changed, just a little. Thanks to his negative emotion sensing ability, he could determine immediately if the person is trustworthy or not. Negative sensing really is handy for someone who is easily swayed. Kurama thought, referring to Naruto. On the other hand, that Catwoman is right, you need employees. So why not offer them to work with you so you could stop abusing your clones? Kurama suggested and gave Naruto the idea. Naruto glanced at the duo and gave them a sparkled grin. You need a place to work, right? So why not come and work for me? I recently opened up a restaurant and I am in need of employees. The duo just stared back at him with their brows raised. That was unanticipated. How should we know you're someone who we should trust? You said it yourself. The duo gave him a blank look towards him while the noble slips in, interrupting and says. Yes, isn't it suspicious he just popped out of nowhere? Talk about trust and then offers you a job? The noble then gazed at Naruto while tilting her head with a single brow raised. So suspicious, said the noble. Naruto then returned a look, raising his eyebrow while crossing his arms. Aren't you the same? You also showed up out of nowhere and decided to help them, he retorted back. This situation is getting out of hand, the brunette boy said as he slumps forward in a gloomy mood. We just want some place to work and stay, not get things complicated. The brunette girl then pats his back, comforting him. Naruto scratched his chin and thinking a solution. Okay, how about this? You guys choose whether to come with me or her. Naruto pointed out himself and the other blonde. Is it fine with you, milady? Naruto told the girl with a statement rather than a question. The girl sighs in defeat as she agreed. Okay, I agree. It's not like I don't have a choice on this matter, she sarcastically said. Both blondes looked at both brunettes waiting for their response. Both foreigners have a hard time thinking through. The noble then uttered to them. Don't worry, take your time, I won't get mad if you didn't choose me. It made Naruto's eye twitch on her words. The brunette thought about it and was swayed by choosing Naruto. He felt that Naruto had this charisma that made him trustworthy and made them feel secured, and choosing the girl is really fishy after he gave it a thought. Well, Mr. Here already offered us a place to work. It will be a wasted opportunity not to choose him, said the boy. He and his companion faced towards the blonde woman and bowed at her. Thank you for your offer earlier and sorry for not taking your help, both of them said at the same time. And no, it's okay, I understand. I'm just trying to help. The noble voice was almost venomous saying that. The girl then walks towards her carriage and closed the door with a hard slam. Well, since you both are working for me, why not introduce yourself, Naruto said as he showed them a genuine smile. Both nodded as they spoke. My name is Seo. The female brunette introduced herself as the male followed suit. And my name is Ieyasu. Thank you for the opportunity. We'll be in your care, boss. Both of them bowed to him, which Naruto is unused to. You can just call me Naruto. Being called boss made me felt meh. He told them, even though Konohamaru gang sometimes calls him boss. So, what will you do if they chose that brat earlier instead of you? Kurama asked. Go to plan B, of course, Naruto proudly states as the fox gave him a curious look. Let me guess. You'll send a clone and keep tabs on them in case something happens, Kurama said as he was given a thumbs up. You read my mind, partner, Naruto commented as the fox snickered because mindscape and the irony of his statement. Kakashi-sensei, it's been weeks now, so mind telling me where the hell did Naruto and Sasuke go to? Sakura asked her teacher. For the past couple of weeks Kakashi and Sakura are trying to find a way to release their allies from the infinite Tsukuyomi, since the absence of Naruto and Sasuke will turn all who's trapped inside into a white Zetsu. However, they haven't found any alternative method to undo the infinite Tsukuyomi, as it requires the caster a Rinnegan and all the Biju's chakra, hence why Naruto and Sasuke plays an important role. While their experiment in undoing the worldwide genjutsu had gone futile, they found a way to stop the Shinju tree from draining the chakra of all the people who are trapped. After sealing Kagaya, the Shinju tree has gone dormant because there is no one who can control the massive tree anymore. This is the reason how both Kakashi and Sakura found out that the tree doesn't react nor tried to bound the wrapped person again if the cocoon is detached from its roots. They found out by detaching it, it stopped the draining process that turns a person into a Zetsu, though the person is still unable to wake up from the dream. I'm sorry, what is it again? Kakashi asked his only female student to repeat what she said. He is rather busy cutting down as many as cocoon as possible while waiting for Naruto and Sasuke to return. Sakura, on the other hand, as a medical kunoichi, still continues with the experiment to find a way to release them from the dream state, just in case that in a worst-case scenario, Naruto or Sasuke really did died. I said, mind telling me now where Naruto and Sasuke had gone to? Sakura repeats again. I'm really worried for the both of them. I mean, they're trying to kill each other, and maybe, what if one of them succeed? She said with a hint of nervousness. Mama, you worried too much, Sakura, said a laid-back Cyclops, or former Cyclops since he now have both eyes again. Kakashi points at 9 huge floating satellite-like structure. The Bijus are still trapped, and Naruto hasn't returned yet, which means Sasuke is still alive. Sasuke hasn't returned yet, which means Naruto is still alive. It's either both came back alive or only one will came back alive. He was sure the result is the former. This means their war is not yet over. Sakura just looks at Kakashi and asks, can't we just help Naruto or maybe stop both of them? You said they're still here on our planet. We could at least try to help. Hearing this made Kakashi stop, then looks at her in the eyes seriously and says, Sakura, it's their war. It is up to them to end the cycle of the brothers. We should just trust Naruto in ending the hatred of Indra. Kakashi pats Sakura's shoulder with his signature eye smile that reassures her. Tell you what, let's message Naruto. Does that makes you feel better? Hi sensei. Sakura replied with S as Kakashi summoned Pakun, his ninkin. A poof of smoke erupted as a brown pug appeared. What did you call me for, Kakashi? Is the war over yet? Well, yes and no, the war ended but not yet over. Though I need you to track Naruto and tell him to give me a detailed report in his recent activities, Kakashi instructed, and the Hound asked for details where to start. Got it. Any leads where I will start? The incident 10 years ago on the neighboring continent where we tracked Naruto. He's there again, Kakashi said as the ninkin understood what Kakashi is referring to. Then Pakun disappeared in a puff of smoke. So mind telling me now where the hell are they? Sakura asked once again, but this time Kakashi answers. The other side of the planet. What? Sakura shouted. Kakashi sighs, he knew his student now has a lot of questions. Location. Empire continent, central region, capital. Okay, you got the mixture of the dough correctly. Now you need to beat the dough and stretch it. Like this, Naruto instructed. He showed how to properly make a noodle using wheat, egg, salt, and water. Like this, repeated Ieyasu, mimicking what Naruto has showed. Yeah, like that. Keep repeating until you got the right firmness. Naruto approved of his actions with a thumbs up. Currently, Naruto is teaching them how to make ramen. This was Ieyasu and Seo's first day at the job since they were hired yesterday. After they arrived last night, he showed them where they would stay, which is the extra room above the restaurant. The room they are staying is just the opposite of Naruto's room, and large enough to accommodate 2 people in the room that have a double-decker bed. Knowing Ieyasu got the instruction, he then proceeded to walk towards the other side of the kitchen. "How's the soup, Naruto-san?" Sayo asked. She was tasked with making the broth while Ieyasu makes the noodles. Naruto took a ladle and dipped it into the pot of ramen broth. He then lifts it up towards him as he let the soup enter his mouth, tasting it. He moaned as he savored the taste. "Do it again, but add more water, 1/4 kilogram of meat bone, and a few slices garlic and ginger the next time." After he instructed the girl, he went to his station to braise the pork ramen topping, which he will teach Ieyasu later, while he will teach Sayo the final seasoning in preparing different types of ramen. Satisfied with their progress for now, he then left the kitchen to tend his restaurant. He noticed some of the regulars is already in and is waiting for him to take their orders. I guess Leonie is already here. He already sensed her presence while noting down the customers' orders. Naruto tilts his head over as he looks towards their location and saw her talking to someone. Poor fella. He doesn't know what's coming. He gave his sympathy as Naruto already know what's happening. Naruto knows what Leonie is up to, and he didn't bother trying to stop her latest victim as it's only a petty crime. He experienced this a lot when he was young. Jiraiya conned his money for drinks and chicks even though the pervert has a lot of digits in his passbook. It also serves as experience for them to be careful next time, and he knew this as he was reminded of it of his younger naive self. The interaction between Leonie and her guest kind of remind him of his days with his perverted sensei, the older one and not the Cyclops. Leonie kind of reminds him of Jiraiya on how the Sannin first conned him out of his money during their ever first trip outside the village while also learning the Rasengan, and Leonie's guest reminds him as him because on how naive the victim is. He noticed Leonie left her guest with a promise of putting a good word for him while the young boy around his age or younger is oblivious as he waited. 10 hours has passed by as the boy is still waiting. Naruto kept tabs on him while he wipes the table bar and noticed the change of demeanor as the young teen doesn't have that happy vibe around him anymore. Feeling pity, he approaches the boy after cleaning the bar. "Yo," Naruto greeted as he waved at the boy with a smile as he walks towards the young man. This guy must be a warrior. From the colder regions, maybe, he concluded based on the outfit of Leonie's guest as the boy have a sword that is strapped with him along with his travel bag, which means the guy is foreign. He has a shaggy brown hair, green eyes, and by the looks of it, the boy is around a year or 2 younger than him, maybe same age as his employee. His wardrobe consists of sand-colored sweaters made of wool with a white collared shirt underneath that protects him from cold, black pants, and a matching leather boots and gauntlets. The boy looked at Naruto with a gloomy face as he knows what happened to him but didn't leave as he can't accept the reality of what happened earlier. He's still hoping the woman will come back and will prove him wrong from his intuition. "You okay there? You've been there for like hours now, Datbeo." He questioned with worry as the guy in front of him sighs deeply then replied to him. "There's this woman I recently met that has connections in the army and promised me a position in the army in exchange for cash. She haven't returned yet and I do hope I'm wrong that she just scammed me." Naruto just stared at him with interest for a while before giving him the bad news. "Tough luck, but she just did." The boy just raised his brows as he questioned our blonde hero. "What made you say that?" "She might be taking her time to, I don't know, give her recommendation then she'll return back saying I've been enlisted as an officer," he said, even knowing that possibility is very low. "I like your optimism, but you just got scammed, you know. The capital is a very dangerous place and it's not what you think of it. I hope you learned something from this event so next time you won't be easily deceived," Naruto told him as the boy sighs again and accepts it. "Yeah, you're right," he muttered in disappointment as he continued talking. "It's just she took all my pocket money and I have no place to go. There's also my friends whom I got separated with and have no clue where they are in the city. I came here for the opportunity to earn money, but luck seems to be against it." Hearing all that made Naruto a little guilty. Okay, maybe full guilt as he could have stopped Leonie earlier. "As much as I would like to help you with earning your money, I can't as I got new employees that still needed to be paid and bills to pay. Though I think Leonie might be able to help you find your missing friends as compensation on her actions." "Wait, you know her?" His expression twisted with mixed emotions as he stood up. The boy griped Naruto's shirt with both of his hands with breeze as he's just a cm shorter than the blonde. Tell me where she is, he shouted as his pupils flared to life in hope of the woman returning his money. Naruto took the boy's hand away from his jacket. Whoa, calm your horses, geez. I have no information on where she lives nor her location right now. I knew her as she's a regular here, he reasoned out as the guy in front of him calms down. Sorry, the boy apologies for lashing out. Nah, no worries. Anyway, she's not that bad and once you get to know her. She's just, you know, playful. You could just ask back your money and let her help you in finding your friends as compensation for your troubles, Naruto explained as the boy listened. When will she return? He asked Naruto as the blonde scratched his chin on a thinking pose. She's a regular here but there are times she doesn't visit on a daily basis. If you're willing to wait, chances are she'll be here tomorrow or the day after that. Well, thanks for the info, the young man smiled as he continued, at least I know where to find her. Tell you what, for the troubles my friend caused you today I'll serve you a special dish on the house. I'll also give you a discount every time you visit here, Naruto offered as he walked back towards the kitchen then went back a few minutes later with a serving of ramen. Here ya go, one sage's special ramen, on the house, he proudly served his best dish in front of the young man. The aroma of the ramen made the young man's stomach growl in hunger as he had not been taking intake for the past couple of hours due to the lack of money. Thanks, I really need some food right now. You're not so bad after all. He smiled that rivaled Naruto's foxy smile. Tatsumi now proceeds to eat the dish and after he was finished in a matter of minutes, he took his hand out in front of Naruto for a handshake. Thanks again, you've been a great help lately. I'm Tatsumi by the way. Naruto returned a foxy smile that went to his whiskers as he shook Tatsumi's hand and spoke. No problem at all, you can call me Naruto, and I do hope you enjoyed your ramen. Bye and good luck finding your friends, Naruto said one last time, unknown to him that his friends are currently working for him. Welp, time to close down the shop. After closing his shop Naruto went back inside the kitchen to check on how his new employees are managing in their first day. Tatsumi is now seen walking through the busy streets of the city. A lot is running through his mind lately as problems keep showing up. First they got attacked by a danger beast. Second he got separated with his friends. Third he got scammed and lost his money. And now with no money he couldn't afford a single night in a hotel. I swear if I found that woman for seducing me with her rack, I'm gonna, arg. He let out his frustration by gritting his teeth together in annoyance while holding his now empty sack of money. This is what she meant by learn. After letting his head cool down, he muttered to himself, I should be more careful from now on, this city is not what I expect it to be from what they said back at the village. Naruto said that Leone is a patron in his shop, I should check back tomorrow again. That aside, where should I find a place to sleep? He scratched his chin while thinking a place to stay. He thought he could camp in a nearby forest, but he wouldn't risk it if there's a danger beast lurking around the area. He rather gets mugged than eaten by those things. Tatsumi continued to wander through the streets. Feeling tired, he sits down and leaned on a stone support of a bridge that he's resting on. I think I should just sleep here. There's no valuables with me anyway. He didn't care if he got mugged while sleeping since he's tired and penniless. Tatsumi rested his eyes after finding a comfortable position that would let him sleep in peace despite sitting outside like a homeless person. He tried to let his mind rest but couldn't because of feeling of uneasiness in front of him. He slowly opened his eyes and saw a blonde girl in front facing him. He stared back at her with a curious expression on why a beautiful blonde girl wearing an elegant outfit is in front of him. Did you come from the country? The girl asked, meaning if he's not from around here. Yeah, do you need something? The girl in front of him held her hands at her back like a shy girl trying to flirt. You know, if you don't have a place to stay you could come to my house if you want, Tilda, the girl said with a cheerful tone. I don't have any money, Tatsumi replied. If she's expecting him to pay her for a night then no, he's broke. Of course, you don't. A young lad like you wouldn't be lying around the street at this hour if you have. Although I am just curious of your current predicament as you don't appear to be homeless, she told Tatsumi as she eyes him. He's too neat and clean to be a homeless person. Hearing her reply, he don't know if she's insulting him for being broke or not. The young lad shifts his position into a more relaxed posture as he gave a tired reply. A lot of things happened to me today. This made the girl more interested as she tries to converse with him more. Is that so? Pray tell me, my ears are all open. Long story short, I got separated from my friends, lost my money to someone, and now I have nowhere to sleep. Then more reason to come to my house, Tilda. You could stay at my place until you got back at your fit, and I could also help within my powers to find your friends. Why are you helping me? It's a tempting offer for him. If he didn't remember Naruto's words about the danger of this place, he would accept immediately. You should just accept Lady Arya's goodwill, kid, said one of her guard. Tatsumi is skeptical at the lady in front of him. He thought for a moment what the girl wants from him or why she would help him out of the blue. He couldn't think for a reason not to trust her, as the girl seems to be a noble to con him. But somehow the offer is too good to be true. Learning his lesson and remembering the store owner's advice, he trusted his gut feeling on rejecting the offer. Thanks for the offer, but I think I can manage alone here, Tatsumi declined politely. He saw the unsatisfied reaction of the girl. Arya's demeanor changed from cheerful to something else. He doesn't know why, but he got a feeling that he is being looked down by the girl. Tisk, such a shame, the girl said one last time with venom on her words before she took off in a carriage. After the girl left, he went back to take a rest as he finally closed his eyes to rest. Few hours have passed. Tatsumi woke up in the middle of the night. He could clearly see the moon shining brightly above as he stared at it. He is well rested for sleeping for a couple of hours, so he knew it was already past midnight. He wondered if he just took the offer earlier so he could sleep with a roof above his head. He don't know how long he should be like this until he got his money back or found his friends. Maybe I should ask Naruto if I could stay at his place in the meanwhile. He seems like a nice guy that would help a person. He didn't want to bother the blonde as he helped him earlier, but he don't know a place or anyone other than him who could help in his current predicament. He seems like a person who would help those who are in need. Tatsumi stood up as he walked towards the direction of the shop. He just wished the blonde is still awake, but knew it's unlikely as most people are already asleep during this time of the night. He knew he should try anyway, it's better than nothing. While taking a walk, he couldn't help but stare again at the moon that illuminates the empty streets. It's big and beautiful, unlike the past few days where the moon was weird and blood red. He chuckled at the thought that the moon was always following him when he was young. It's really a mystery, the moon. Out of his thought about the moon, he saw a group of people above houses, running roof to roof. Hey, give me back my money, Tatsumi shouted as he recognizes one of them. It's the blonde that took his money. Come back here, damn it. Tatsumi chased the group as he continued to shout about his money and the blonde bimbo that tricked him, but his words fall deaf by the woman as she continued running away from him. He never looked away from the group as he continued his pursuit. They were fast and he knew one look away he might lose them. His stamina is draining him as he's been chasing them for a while, for who knows how long now, but he never gave up. Tatsumi really want or rather need his money back, so he forced himself to keep up even he's tired from running. Tatsumi stopped his track as he took a deep breath, inhaling and exhaling. He felt like he had run a marathon. He looked at the gate in front of him, a gate so large with expensive walls that covered its territory. This was the last place he spotted the group and he saw them entered. As Tatsumi entered, climbing through the walls, he saw a large mansion that can probably house everyone in his small village. Is this her home? Is she rich? He is confused as he is 100% certain that the blonde woman entered here along with the group. He didn't know why she took his money if she's able to live in a place like this, or maybe she's a hired bodyguard by this place that have a part-time tricking people. He continued his walk towards the main door of the mansion. If she is inside, then he would just ask if the woman is inside or if the owner knew her. There's no harm in asking, it's better than sneaking inside the mansion that would cause him to be labeled as a thief if caught, even though he's already trespassing the territory. The boy is now preparing to knock as he's holding the brass knocker of the main door, but a sudden loud scream echoed inside the mansion. His eyes widened as he felt the killer instinct coming from the source. Tatsumi then runs towards the backyard where he heard another scream, most likely running away. He remembered the rumors while at the capital, where some people talked about a group of dangerous criminals that targets high-ranking officers or the wealthy. Nearly everywhere he goes there are rumors of the group of assassins and wanted posters that he saw scattered throughout the capital. Even back at Naruto's store people sometimes talked about the group. Don't tell me, night raid, he muttered weakly as he arrived at the back of the mansion. In his widened eyes, he saw what he could describe as a massacre. Tatsumi saw all guards dropping one by one like flies against the assassin. "They're monsters," he muttered again weakly, seeing a one-sided battle. All his nerves are screaming, his instincts telling him to run, to survive. He looked towards a warehouse and saw a girl in front, a girl he could recognize. It's the girl he met earlier named Arya. God damn it. Tatsumi grabbed the hilt of his sword and gripped it tightly. He forced his nerves to calm down as he drew out his sword, then runs toward the warehouse. He didn't know how he will fare against the group that outmatched him. All he could do now is protect the girl, buy her some time so she could escape. Eliminate. He could see the guards dropping one by one, effortless, being killed with a swift strike by the black-haired girl. Eliminate. Every time he heard the black-haired girl say it, she killed and advanced forward. Eliminate. The last guard dropped dead flat on the ground. Eliminate. The assassin said one last time before dashing towards her last target. The black-haired assassin delivered an inclined strike downwards as she swings her katana, only to be parried by a sword. "Stop!" Tatsumi shouted as he arrived. The assassin distanced herself from him where he could get a look at the girl. He saw the good looks of the girl. She's quite young, maybe the same age as him, yet her abilities surpass him. The girl is beautiful. Long black hair that reach past her waist, blood-red eyes that match her stoic expression. She wore a black sleeveless dress that complement her well-developed body. Her dress have a white collar with a matching red tie and belt. Over her dress is a dark trench coat. Both combatants stand still, neither making a move yet as the assassin talks in a monotone voice. "Who are you?" "Never mind. You are not the target, go away, there's no need to kill you." "But you will kill the girl, right?" The black-haired girl nods, it's the obvious thing she would do. Tatsumi guards the scared Arya behind him. "If you're still in the way, I'll kill you, you know," said the assassin. "Sorry, but I will not let you harm her," he shouted out even with his trembling voice as he points his sword outwards. He saw the girl's aura became cold as she says, "Then I shall eliminate." The two charged at each other as they clashed their weapon as their sword locks. She is trying to break Tatsumi's defense as she input more power into it to make him stagger. Tatsumi narrowly avoided being hit as he countered by using her power to redirect her attack sideways. He saw an opening as he took this chance to take her down by launching a full swing at her, but he missed as she easily flipped behind him and performed a low spinning leg sweep to take him down immediately. He saw the girl striking to pierce him, and with him being completely down and defenseless, he closed his eyes knowing it's his final moment. Tatsumi anticipated himself to be killed, but strangely, it didn't happen. He opened his eyes only to see the tip of her katana mere inches away from his heart. He looked toward the source of what's stopping her only to find a blonde man wearing a white short-sleeved coat locking his strange tri-pronged weapon firmly on the collar of her sword that stopped the attack on piercing him. "You guys live up to your reputation." "No," said the blonde man. The girl pulled her sword out of the lock and dashed a step backwards and entered a stance. The blonde didn't bother to enter a stance, only flicked his weapon into a reverse grip. "Eliminate." The girl made the first move as she swings her katana only for it to be met by the sound of their weapon clashed. She then swings 360 around the opposite for more power, but was still easily blocked without a flinch from the blonde man. The girl performed a close quarter attack as she swings her sword again, and as it was parried, she immediately performed a roundhouse kick only for the blonde to avoid it. Retracting her kick midway, she then pivots her knee inwards to follow a sidekick. The blonde raised his leg and used his knee to redirect her kick outward that made her lose balance. The assassin used her losing momentum as she spun horizontally and swung her sword into a curve. The blonde retracts his upper body away enough for her sword to get a cm close to his face. The assassin stopped attacking the blonde but was still on guard as she asked him, "Who are you? Why don't you introduce yourself first?" the blonde said as he held his hand outward to her, gesturing for her introduction. The assassin kept a straight face as she thinks it over, then says, "Akame." The blonde man raised his brow. "I know that already. I mean, you guys are famous in the whole capital, with faces in a badly drawn wanted poster," he said as he took out a bounty paper and showed it to her. The black-haired assassin tilts her head sideways, slightly confused on the situation. "When I say introduce yourself, tell me what you like, hate, dreams, and hobbies. Something like that, you know," the blonde said as he casually twirls his weapon on the tip of his fingers, playing with it. Silence just entered the environment as the assassin just points her katana at him. You guys are no fun, the blonde sighs in disappointed. Is all the woman in your group like this? All gloomy and serious like that huge scissor-wielding purple head I met inside. At least the 2 guys in your group that I met are more lively. Where are they? What did you do to them? The black-haired girl demanded and glared at the man. Don't look at me like that. Just so you know, it's a matter of self-defense, replied the blonde. Tatsumi butted in shocked as this man seemingly manhandled a group of highly skilled assassin. What? You killed them by yourself. You eliminate? The girl angrily charged at him with speed that surpassed the human eye only for the man to react on time to block her attack. She launched a complex assault of slash and strike on him, but the blonde always evades and parries her attack easily. Tatsumi just spectate a fight he knows he couldn't even win. He saw how the blonde man who saved him keeps on toying with the assassin. With the opportunity on hand, he grabbed Arya's hand as they ran away. Quick, let's get out of her while they're busy. As they ran away, they were stopped by a blonde woman in front of them. Hold it right there, where do you think you're going? Huh, said the woman, you're the boobs. Give me back my money. Tatsumi recognized her even with her lion-like ears and paws. It was the woman who swindled him. Really? That's what you're getting at right now, Leonie deadpanned. I went to shit because of you, he pointed out to accuse her. Fair point, replied Leonie as she continued. I'll pay you back after I deal with her. Leonie pointed to the girl that is cowering behind him. Aren't you going to help your friend? Tatsumi pointed at Akame who is still fighting the blonde man. His question felt deaf as Leonie retorts to him. And let you escape while I help her fight him? Not a chance, lad. Besides, it's rare for Akame to get serious, to encounter someone who can give you the thrill of a fight. You're after the money, right? Then let her go. She already has nothing at this point, Tatsumi told Leonie as a followed up. You already got what you wanted. The unnecessary bloodshed, yet you're trying to kill an innocent. Lad, you think they're innocent? We won't just kill someone unless they're guilty, replied the blonde woman. This made Tatsumi raise a brow and question what he heard in confusion. What? Follow me, I'll show you, Leonie said and Tatsumi complied, bringing Arya who is clinging into his arm. Leonie walks towards the combatants followed by Tatsumi as she told her fellow assassin. Akame, stop. He didn't kill them, Leonie said as she rolled her eyes towards Tatsumi, the one who added oil to the blonde man's word. Bullet, Lubbock, and Shiel are still alive. They're just unconscious and will wake up any minute now. Her words made the black-haired assassin stop for a moment. She's right, I didn't kill them, you know. Let's stop, I never once went offensive during our fight, and I can see you're exhausted already, the man calmly said. Then take me seriously, the girl replied as she points her katana at him and launches her final assault to pierce him. The blonde moves his left foot slightly behind his right foot that moves his body into a southpaw stance while the blade slipped past beside him. He then launches a right jab twice to her face that stuns her for a millisecond. He closed the distance to her with his left foot over his right, then followed a left straight to her face for additional damage. He saw her trying for a counterattack by using the hilt of her sword to strike his torso, but he swings his elbow horizontally that blocks the hilt. While blocking her katana, he gathered just enough chakra to create a blue ball of destruction in his left hand. Its power is less aiming to knock his opponent and not kill her. Rasengan, he shouts as he strikes her with the energy ball in his left palm into her abdomen that sends her tumbling away that ends the fight. Akame stood up wobbly using her sword as leverage. Defeat wasn't an option for her even though she felt her internal is heavily damaged. She coughed up a small amount of blood from the attack but still, she fought and uses the last ounce of her energy. She swings her katana vertically downwards at him with the last of her might. Akame saw the man did nothing, unguarded with no weapon in his hands. The assassin knew there's no way he could have dodged it in time, or a way to block it. It was a guaranteed win for her. The blonde man's face went serious as he watches the sword nearing down onto him in slow motion, and as it is about to slice him in half, with his speed, he grabbed it with his hand covered in golden energy. Everyone in the vicinity is stunned. It's not every day you see someone stop a one-hit sword with a bare hand casually like it was just a bakken. I think we should stop now, the man gazed at her with a serious expression. A hand grabbed the girl at the back of her collar as she is dragged away. Enough Akame, Leone scolds her. He's not someone we could defeat easily. If he was an enemy, he would have killed Bullet, Lubbock, and Shield earlier. You should listen to your friend. I'm not here to fight, the man said as Leone questioned him. Who are you, and if you're not after us, what are you doing here? Which the blonde man answered her. Let's just say I heard news about the family living here, so I came to investigate, but I didn't expect some troublesome company when I arrived. You still haven't told us your name, Leone still pushed about his identity. The other blonde thought it for a moment, but there's no harm in telling. Minato. You can call me Minato, Minato smiled, who we all know is just Naruto on Henge, introduces himself. Well, Minato tilde, a flirtatious tone as she says his name. We Night Raid are not what you think. We only kill those who are a plague in this capital. She and her family are a bunch of sadistic murderers who kills for a hobby. She points at Arya with a malicious intent. So, she needs to die. Now I can't let you kill her without any validity of her actions, Naruto said as he looked at both girls. Tatsumi seconded what the man said. He's right, how can we know that you're not lying? Leone walks towards in front of the warehouse and spoke. Well, lad, you told us not to kill an innocent girl, right? Leone then broke the lock and opens its door. But can you still say that after seeing this? Leone showed both men to go inside. Take a look and see it for yourself. Tatsumi and Naruto entered. Naruto's face went scowl, but he closed his eyes then opened them again as he let out a deep breath to let his emotions intact. He is used to seeing humans used as lab rats back at Elemental Nations. Tatsumi's face went green as he almost vomits on what he saw. He saw what he could describe as a slaughterhouse for humans. There were lots of bloodied corpses with missing parts, and some he could describe as died slowly in pain while strapped in a torture device. Did the people of this house really did this? Tatsumi said. Leone crossed her arms as he told him the truth. I told you. They pretend to be a good Samaritan to lure these people into a trap, then torture them until they die. The guards were equally guilty as an accomplice for keeping quiet about it. Hearing this made Naruto glad he saved those two from this fate. He was right after all. Arya slowly walks away to escape, but Leone grabbed her. Where do you think you're going, young miss? Do you think we would let you escape? I have nothing to do with this. I didn't even know there was a place like this. I'm innocent. Arya pleads as she continued. These guys are lying. You shouldn't believe these criminals, Tatsumi. Drop the act. I know you're lying, and you could not hide it from me. Naruto glared at her as he stared her in the eyes. She could not escape from his sensing abilities. Alright, fine. I killed those WORTLESS scum. They got what they deserved. Those filthy peasants should be honored to be killed by someone who's above them. Arya showed her true colors, even boasting proudly on what she did. Arya looks at Tatsumi in disgust as she continues. A country bum like you, Tatsumi, are just toys to be played with. I have right to treat those trash however I see fit. Unlike the blonde man, Tatsumi let his emotion get the best of him. Tatsumi walks towards Arya as Leone comments. Whoa, after knowing everything, are you still trying to defend her? No, I'll kill her. He got closer, he grabbed his sword and slashed her abdomen wide open. Arya's blood sprayed over the place as she screamed in agony until she dropped on the ground, lifeless. Since everything is over, Akame finally spoke. Let's go. Leone assisted her as a support as she is heavily damaged from the fight. As they walk, Leone stopped. Why don't we bring those guys with us? This made Akame look at Leone. Her expression shows that she needs explanation. Leone grabs the back of Tatsumi's clothes. We're kind of short-handed at the hideout. And this guy has guts and potential, don't you think? Said Leone as Tatsumi pleads. Hey, what the hell? Let me go. What made you think I want to come anyway? I owe you, right? Then think of this as payback. Leone said, but Tatsumi objects her. What? What kind of payment is that? I want my money back, not this. Tatsumi objects her, but the woman told her something that meant he have no choice on the matter. Sorry lad, you already saw us, and we won't take any risk by letting you go, you know. You do know that you're involved with this mess, right? Tatsumi nods as he knew the moment he tangled up with the group, especially killing the girl, he's involved already. Then without us, you're probably gonna end up in jail. Trust me, you won't like what happens there, especially when that sadistic she-monster tortures you for information. Then what about him? Tatsumi points at Naruto, who raises his brows. Well, Blondie is involved, so yes. Sorry, I don't plan on joining, Naruto said. Then Akame stares at him with blank eyes for a moment before she spoke to him. You're joining us, it's not a matter of choice. You have skills that would help our cause. Leonie looks at Akame in interest with a thought in her mind. Unusual, this is the first time Akame willingly recruits someone without objection. Is it because he toyed her in their fight? Or something else entirely? Naruto crosses his arms, and with a hard tone, he answered back. I have no intention of committing treason by joining your faction. We both know at this point that forcing me would just end badly at your side, is it not? He threatened them. They saw what he was capable of, and they knew the outcome as he could back what he said with actions. Okay then, Minato. I hope if you cross paths with us again, then not as enemies, but allies that help each other out. Leonie's words put a smile on his face. Naruto then raised his hand into a sign they aren't familiar with as the man vanished into a swirl of leaves that left no trace of his whereabouts. Akame keeps staring at the spot where Minato disappeared. She felt nostalgia. Leonie then asked her, is something bothering you, Akame? The question is not about the man disappearing. Seeing unusual things and abilities is part of their daily jobs, which means her friend is bothered by something else. It's not his real appearance. Not sure if his name is Minato too, Akame said. Leonie looks at her friend confusingly as she raised her brows. What do you mean? Questioned the blonde, which Akame replied. How he fought, the look in his eyes, his abilities, it's the same as him from yesterday. She was sure of her intuition. Her guts is telling her it was not a coincidence. He held a lot of abilities, changing his form may be one of them, as she have a comrade who can shapeshift. She found a worthy adversary, a large wall. A challenge she needs to surpass. She was sure it's him and she would find him.
That's all for now. If you enjoy this video, then please like, share and do comments.